Yo, welcome to the MT podcast. You've got myself, Rain, in the building. To my right, you have
Buddy in the building, aka The Truth.
To my extreme left, you have
Mr. Wiley Cat DJ, aka the voice of reason.
And to his right, you have
Man like Tongo, you're done now in the building. Well, go on. And this is left, by the way.
whatever. And you know what it is? Because we are in a new studio setup, like, technically, no one should be able to see the guests now. So there'll be a grand reveal, innit?
Yep.
Hopefully.
A dramatic pause.
Hopefully. Wait for it.
And we have
Lady TT.
Lady TT. So where do we start? Geez, you know what it is? When I was thinking about this, I was gonna call you a hustler, and I thought it was a bit disrespectful because I don't think what you do is a hustle. It's professionalism. You're involved in numerous different businesses, opportunities. You've been in the game for a while doing different things. So you don't have to go through everything. Mm-hmm. I've got a few things from being a DJ, being on radio, doing your own parties, doing events, partnerships with brands. Have I missed? What have I missed from that? Oh, the mentoring, because we spoke about that the other day.
Mentoring,
and
yes.
it was what was featuring on your status today, actually.
And charities as well. You got charities?
Yep. Chair for charity as well. And also football coaching.
All right. Let's start there then.
Oh.
And then, because that might be something, because everyone knows you for all the stuff that I've mentioned. The football coaching is a little bit different. So talk to me about the football coaching. And the funny thing is that we were thinking about doing a football podcast
Next week.
but more so in regards to the grassroots setup.
Yeah.
And some, well,
Yeah.
anyway.
I mean,
I mean what?
Right.
Anyway, so talk to us about that. So the football coaching. So
Where did it start?
yeah,
So I started coaching probably 3 years ago now. That actually came as a result of my son's football. So he's now 10. He was 7 at the time when he first. So he was at like a football skills kind of school.
yeah.
Went on to grassroots football.
You can mention those teams, you know.
Okay, well, this one I will. So he went on to a place called Acton Ealing Whistlers. At the time, they had the under 8s and under 9s coaching together.
Right.
So the coach was quite overwhelmed. And I've done mentoring for 19 years. So I saw a little gap and said, hey, I'm going to be your assistant coach. And he thought I was joking. Then he saw that I was serious. So I went and done my FA Level 1 qualification and started coaching with him. 4 weeks down the line, he said, hey, I'm leaving. This is your team now.
Oh, raw.
And I went, you what? I wasn't ready for that. But all right, let's go. I'm a freestyler.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work with that. And I called one of my friends who's really good, PKG, and said, I want you on. Like, let's coach these kids.
Yeah.
We can do this. And so we started coaching, and we actually took them from losing to winning every match.
Right.
So it was an incredible journey to see them change. And I love football.
Yeah.
So rewind now to when I was a teenager, I trained with Brentford. So when I was like 14, 15, 16, up until 16, I was training with Brentford. I was very much into sports. So I was doing netball with Ealing, athletics with Middlesex, and training football with Brentford. I've always enjoyed football, which is why when my son was 2, I said, you're going to go football.
Right.
And, you know, it was you're just messing around at that age. Then we went into lockdown, come out of lockdown, back into football. And yeah, it's just developed from there.
So Acton Ealing Whistlers are northwest, kind of westish.
West London based, yeah. They're based in Ealing.
And so what age group do you coach?
So I started with the under 8s, under 9s, went on to the under 9s, under 10s. Yeah. When it got to the under 11s point, then because of where my son had developed in his football, we went on to another team. So I followed his, because really my football coaching is about his journey. It's supporting his football journey. He was there for a little while. Then we got a trial at Brentford.
Right.
So he went to Brentford Advanced. He was there for a little while. And now he's with another team and actually starts in the JPL, which is the Junior Premier League, in September.
What team is that?
FPF Academy.
Shouts out to Conrad.
Yes.
I want to try and get Conrad on it.
So that'd be a good shout.
My son also plays football as well. And we spoke about this like years ago, just in regards to it. So big up everyone that's in the JPL. So that's the football journey. So more... Actually, let's go back to the you was a DJ, or you were DJing. I believe you started on, was it Juice FM?
Yeah.
So you was on Juice
Good old
FM
days,
for a
yeah.
while, yeah. So what? Because you're doing something completely different now. So,
Yeah.
well, do you still DJ?
No, I don't DJ anymore, but still in the music industry. So I actually started with the music in 1997,
Right. Okay.
which is a little while ago. I had some friends who were part of a sound system called Corruption Sound from Northwest London. And then I was just around them, more doing the promotion with them, and just, you're just all together, just doing what you're doing. From there, I used to mess around on the vinyls and just, it was just freestyling, really. Again, just supporting my friends and being around. It was fun. Music industry is fun. There was a music promotion magazine called Pimp, which was Players in Music Promotion.
Yeah.
They approached me to do some work with them. So I was an editorial assistant for them. Sounds really glamorous. It wasn't. I was just on a dictaphone and just typing everything up.
Right.
But at 17 years old, I got to be in environments where my friends were still trying to fake ID and get into places like Bagley's or whatever.
Yeah.
Bagley's.
Yeah.
Bagley's,
Drew Hill was there. I remember it was 1997, Christmas time. Drew Hill was there. I got to be there with Drew Hill.
Mad. That's
I'm
mad.
getting ushered into the VIP. My friends are in the queue trying to sneak in,
Right.
or maybe go under the radar and not have to get ID'd. So, so I did that for a little while, got a taste of the industry and just kept on going with it. Like I said, my friends were doing what they were doing, and just went on from there in different capacities of just trying things out.
Yeah.
2004 came along. One of my friends, Easy, said to me, "Hey, I'm on Juice FM. Come and play some tracks on radio."
Right.
And he had a rap show. And I was quite into West Coast, South Coast rap.
Right.
So we had this gangster rap show.
Mad.
Yeah.
Why not? And why not?
It was the graveyard shift. So we were doing 12 midnight till 7 a.m. in the morning.
Mad
But
thing.
those shifts.
Like Frisky
for,
DJ
For the people that have been
Yeah,
on radio,
yeah.
I was going to shout Frisky. Those are the best shifts, in it. Like, you just
It
get
was
to interact with
incredible. It was
people.
such a great time. And then, so I did the first show. I went with 8 CDs, but I come from sound.
Right.
So whilst I'm playing rap, all my chat is sound. So I'm saying, I'm going to give you an 8 CD killing. Let's go 1 for 1. So all this conversation's going on, and they're saying, bring her back.
What do you mean? You said that you came from sound. What do you mean by you came from
So
sound?
my friends were part of Corruption Sound.
Are they still? Do they still exist?
They've gone on to different journeys now, but they all still DJ. You've got Shan the Man, you've got Peaky G, you've got Blinks. So they're still DJing in different capacities, but not in that sound.
And that's
element.
Corruption Sound. Okay.
Yeah, not as Corruption.
So when you're saying you came from, when you're saying as in sound, you mean that the style of music you're playing as in hip hop wasn't necessarily how you was coming.
Yeah, so I'd listen to the Sound Clash, like people like Bass Odyssey and 4x4 and, Stone Love from way back in the day. I remember having a cassette. My uncle gave me a cassette, and then from there it was, hey, I like this. And it was the chat. I just like all the, the banter. Yeah, so...
Or the dissing.
we call it banter. But yeah, and then it's just having that little style on the radio. So 12 till 5, we were playing this gangster rap. 5 till 7, we're making it nice.
Right, okay.
Then there was a cover show that they asked me to go on to. I said, yeah, let's do it. Done a Saturday afternoon cover show. Got to download LimeWire. Big up LimeWire.
Bad boy thing.
Virus up your computer,
Oh,
but give
right,
it all the
I was
tracks,
about
right?
No one cared. It's fine.
So yeah, just downloaded loads of tracks and said, right, play the show. And they said, oh, do you want a show now? Like, do you want to do a daytime radio show? So I said, okay, cool. Someone else came to me, I think it was Goldfinger Freddy's, came to me and said, hey, do you want to play at this dance? It was Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve, and it was a dance they had in Ealing. And I said, yeah, go on then. And that was literally my attitude. Yeah, go on then. Give it a try. How do you know until you try, right? So, and I remember walking in there and it was packed. And I've got my CD pouches because, it's them times there. And my friends have got the other pouches with them. And I've walked in and my friend G.I. had helped me get my set together. And when I walked in, it was packed. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Had some choice words with myself and then went and done it. And Studio Express was playing, Quincy was playing, Big Business was playing.
Right,
so you got big boys in here and Lil Me. And then...
What year is this?
2005.
Okay.
Yeah, 2005. And no, Christmas 2004. And smashed it. Like, I remember Ali from Studio Express, big Ali from Studio Express coming to me and saying, you played one of the best sets of the night.
Mad. So what kind of DJ are you? at that time? Was it a stop and start intro, or was it mixing 4-bar, 8-bar mixer? Wiley's our DJ, like
The resident.
Yeah, resident DJ. I'm more jungle, so I'm a bit more long in the tooth. But
I would say it was more blending.
Right.
Blending, mixing.
Yeah, so there's a mix and blend. And I was teaching myself to mix, but I was teaching myself live on air. So I say, hey guys, tell me if I'm doing it right or not. You know, but it was part of the character of the radio show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just very real and authentic because it wasn't my grand plan when I was young, I want to be a DJ.
Right.
It was an opportunity that I just took and it went far.
So then, I'm digressing from my script. In regards to DJing, so you say you started off with CDs. What's your view of how it's transitioned into now, where it's just all, it's not even, it's MP3s, yes, but it's all on computer, Serato, or whatever it is. I don't even know what you lot use now. Controllers and all that stuff. So, and I'm asking you that because I was from an era of Technics 1210s, Sound Labs, if you didn't have the money for 1210s, and I've got a real, I was going to say, gripe. That's a better word. I was going to say disdain, but I think that's a bit too. Yeah. But I've got a real gripe with CD DJs, with what you do, MP3 DJs. But what's your take on it?
Do you know what? It's evolution, right? So I didn't evolve to the CD, to the laptop stage or the MP3 stage. I stopped DJing 2015.
Right.
2015, I had my son. Before that time, whilst I was pregnant, I stopped DJing because I just wanted to have a different life.
Right.
Bringing a child into this world, I don't want to be out 4, 5, 6 times a night. And so, you know, there's natural changes that have to happen. But in terms of the evolution of it, I think it's fine. But I would like it if the people who are doing it really respect the music a bit better, and it's not just this auto sync. It's fine if you really love the music and you're making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, but this auto sync where you're hearing a track go 50 BPM up just to blend, it doesn't make sense. I
think that, and this is where I jump into the whole argument of it. So my perspective is I'm from the era of vinyl. So I started with vinyl, I now use Serato. I will use the sync button. I will not use it all the whole way through the set, but I'll use the sync button because I think everything is evolution.
Wait, you use the sync button to mix a tune?
If I'm mixing, I'll use
a heart attack.
I feel like the difference.
But here's the thing. You see that, and I've been saying this for years on the same podcast. DJs before me were using one deck. Using a mixer was cheating. They were using tapes.
Yeah.
They was using a mixer and doing what they were doing was cheating. Using CDJs was cheating. Using Serato is cheating. Evolution is evolution. And I look at it like, if someone's driving a car, if you're driving a manual and you're driving an automatic, if you're driving, you're driving. It really depends on your skill level. Now, you can use a sync or not use a sync, but your mixing is still going to have to be good. And I think the point you raised, exactly the point you raised, BPM of 100, BPM of 50, not because it matches together means it's going to make a good mix.
Yes.
You have to have the ear for the mix.
That's what I was just going to say. You have to know what you're doing at the same time and respect what you're doing. You're not just doing it just because, now I can become... It's like over COVID, everyone was a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Or made cakes.
Or made cakes.
I made cakes.
I do agree that there's an art and a skill to it, and I've seen people that are passionate about music and understand music to the point where they, even the syncing part, as simple as it sounds to the audience and what they're hearing right now, just to link 2 tunes, or I like this tune, it doesn't necessarily work like that. And I've gone on them. I used to DJ for a bit. I had decks, vinyls, done CDs, and then I didn't quite make it onto the computer side of it because I just kind of thought there wasn't a point to it. I like the feel of the vinyls, to be honest with you. So I didn't even get from vinyls to CDs properly. And then,
go on.
So then basically it's just like, I understand what you're saying. However, I do feel that there is also another art to it. And I've had this discussion with you before, and I've said to you, there are other things that you can do with music. And when you lot are doing the music, just simply mixing a tune, for me, great, but anyone, I really don't want to disrespect anyone can do that.
What, mix a tune?
Clearly, because if you're into music the way you're into music, you'll know this tune, sync it, press the button, it works.
Yeah, but that for me, that's not mixing. Now, right. And this is the thing, like, I have to shout out people like, so our friend, like DJ Slicer, I've never heard him make a mistake. He never uses the sync button, I hope.
Don't put your neck on the line, bro.
Yeah.
He never uses the sync button. Like DJs like Andy C, Carl Tough Enough Brown never use the sync button.
DJ Corey. Says DJ
Corey,
Corey. Oh my God. He never used headphones to rock phone.
I think. So what I'm trying to say is like I think it takes from the art form of being able to mix. Like there were certain tunes in jungle. One would have been X BPM. One was Y BPM. They can't mix.
Yeah.
Therefore, that can't work. So to your point, you've got to find something else to do. People are whatever. But now the difference is that people don't know about BPMs. They don't know about the 4, the 8, the 16 bar. A lot of people can't. Like one of the skills in jungle was being able to lock a mix. So that's what you've got them both in time.
Lock it in.
And then
you
you
can
walk
walk away.
away. MC's doing what he's doing. Some of these people can't do it.
Nah.
Yeah.
And that's my
It's
issue.
almost seamless. Like there's
Because
just,
they just press the sync button.
beautiful.
Sync it, make it work.
But you have to. I feel like because I've heard people clang even using a sync button, right? Because you have to still understand the art form. You still have to. I'm not
But I
going to
just
go
said
and
that.
put a slow jam and a jungle track. Well, maybe I will
You be
because they
fair.
can.
Yeah,
They can.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But as in, it just has the transition's got to be clean.
There
They've
isn't
got to
that-
blend
like,
properly.
Like, as a person that admires the art and a person that's been a promoter and a person that's been very much into sound clashes and listening to sound tapes, I've always admired the artistry of DJing. So I've been a box boy for when man had vinyl, been a box boy for when man has CDs. I'm watching them mix. Shout out to Citrus. We used to, people like Sly Star, DJ CJ, they all learned to mix at Citrus's house on Citrus's CDs.
Right.
Yeah. And we used to all muck about, bang about. We used to mix soca with soul jams but you have to recognize that this song will go with that,
Yeah.
but it won't go with that. And the knowledge of knowing that, sync button or not, laptop or not, it's just there are people that will sit in their house. See, like there's gamers and they'll just non-stop game. There's people that DJs that they'll just non-stop DJ in their house, just non-stop practicing.
Yeah.
But there's other DJs that say, if I buy a laptop and download some tunes and buy Serato, I'm a DJ. I can get paid every week. And that's what they do. They got no idea about whether the music works.
But that's the difference. If they're a good selector, because you know you got the difference between a DJ and a selector, right? So if you're a good selector, you can get away with that. But what you've got is poor selectors, non-DJs with a loaded laptop. That's where the problem lies, and that's where the industry starts to fail, because you've got these people who are charging £75 because they have zero skill set, but they've got a loaded laptop.
75 buff for what I
For a
said.
DJ.
Yes.
Sets.
Right.
And then when they
go
go to
down,
someone
boy.
who's skilled and you know you want to charge 200, 300, 400 pounds, they're saying, oh, but that's too much. It's
Yes.
not too much, because I put my work into my craft.
But-
I put in a lot of time and effort. You can't take away my 20 years experience.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, and I actually want to roll it back to something you were saying before, because I think you were saying around about 97, 98, 99, you were starting. Those times there, like we was in the, it was pretty much the city era that I remember I was DJing in with certain DJs, but there weren't many female DJs. So my question is, were you an outlier, or were you a pathway maker? Like, would you say you was the first, or would you say there was a, like you would say with certain sounds, like with jungle, when jungle first bust, somebody might say I was the first jungle DJ, but someone else would say, you know, there was a group of us playing this sound. When you was coming through, who was your peers around that time that you would say was the other female DJs, and how did you fight against the grain?
Fighting against the grain was a really interesting thing, because there were barely any females in the industry at that time. And even, I'm not going to say exactly at that time, but I know around the times when I first started DJing, like and was in the music industry for like in the early 2000s, there were people like D Nice, who was with Rampage, Set Pace, right? Lady ST, again.
Shout out to ST. I shouted her. If she's not shy, we might try and get her on.
She's great. And even Lady T on the house circuit.
I mean,
Right?
there was Lady Force as well, but that was a sound as opposed to...
Yes, there was sound.
Yeah,
and
was a
they
long time
were
ago.
they were actually rivaling a lot of sounds. But on the sound side of things, there were a lot of people. What's his name? I'll remember it in a minute anyway. But in terms of actually active on the circuit, there were very, very few.
So there are people like Jenny Francis and them sort of people.
Jenny Francis was a radio DJ, right? So you had radio presenters.
Different level.
You had radio presenters who were doing what they were doing. Like Jenny Francis was the elite of female radio presenters.
Yeah, definitely.
That if you're a female presenter, that's who you want. That's the benchmark, right? But in terms of actually DJing on the circuit, there were very few. So like I said, D-Nice, ST and myself, that's all I can really remember on the urban music circuit. Remember, you got different music circuits as well, right?
I remember there was always, what's her name, DJ Rap?
Yeah, she was jungle. Then you had Leona H, Angie B, but they were garage.
Yeah.
But again, as you're saying, in different circuits.
Yeah, so this was like the urban. So in terms of my circuit, which was the urban music circuit, which was, kind of multi-genre. These multi-genre events, and you're playing kind of through from the 80s, 90s through to the present time.
Yeah. Can I ask a question though?
And then we'll move on.
Was you ever frowned upon? And what I mean by that is more like, do you get less love in some senses because you're female, or more love from obviously the guys saying, hey, let her play? Or was there a hierarchy? So for example, the guys that were good at DJing, or we thought was good at DJing, they was at the top, and then it was like, oh, the girls DJ, let her get a mid set or an early set because she's not good enough to move a main set. So
yeah, a lot. And trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Well, that's for everyone though. Like,
no.
I mean, there was one dance in particular that happened, and there was about 8 promoters. And
8 promoters?
Yes.
Not even 8 DJs, 8 promoters.
So I'm saying to them at the end of the night, because I played the last set. That was the maddest thing. I played the last set.
The bad boy set.
And mashed up the
microphone.
That's a true word. That's why. So actually done an amazing set. Everyone was, that was great and all the rest of it. And this was around the peak of the peak of my DJ career. And when it came to getting paid this one's gone home, that one's, and I've seen 6 of them. I said, you might as well just run £20 each from your pocket. And I remember I sat up on the counter and I said, until I get paid, I'm not moving. But you have to have that tenacity and that audacity as well, because the fight to be respected in the industry was a real fight. And also the amount of promoters that, hey, let's meet up and discuss some business over dinner at 10 o'clock at night. Where? Right? So
I was not one of those promoters, just to be clear.
No, you weren't.
And there's one of those promoters watching. You know who you are. Shame on you.
They all know who they are.
Shame.
And they do it to a lot of females in the industry too. Yeah. And no disrespect to people, but a lot of females do pick it up, and this is why they try it, because it's like if you try something 100 times, one must bite. Right? So it's worked somewhere before. And it's difficult because being a female in the industry as well, you get the whole, she must be with that person, or she must be doing this, because you're in this male-dominated environment. Yeah. And so, you've got to have a thick skin. You've got to understand that there's going to be like some kickback. There's going to be people really putting the pressure on you to not do well. Yeah.
Not to mention that there's going to be a lot of, from what I remember, because you're a female, you're not really that good. You're more a novelty, and they're booking you because you're a female. And it gives you, I know, we're like, we let a female DJ play rather than she's actually good and can DJ.
Do the team. So let me move on. So talk to us about the partnership that you've currently got with Port Royal Patties, and big up Edward Johnson. The reason why I big him up, so he's the owner of, managing director, owner of Port Royal Patties. And the reason I big him up is because he recently, I believe it was this year, maybe last year, did a little bit like donating blood, and I had to respect him for that. Yeah. Port Royal Patties. What's the link there? What do you do with them? Don't say everything.
A lot, not everything. A lot. So so I am the event manager for Port Royal Patties, and also I deal with a lot of the brand partnerships.
Right.
So yes, I work very closely with Edward. And in terms of that whole partnership that we did with NHS Blood Drive last year, actually on the patty packaging, there was the QR code, the link to it. We done a lot of social media stuff around it. Edward himself went down to the centre in Brixton, donated blood, and there's a QR code actually on the, I don't know if you've seen the yellow Defender that I drive around.
Yes.
Which is it's the patty truck, right? Yeah. That's got the QR code links to the NHS blood drive. Wicked. And it is about supporting and increasing that message around donations within the Black community for, because that's where the blood donations are the lowest and needed, especially around sickle cell and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a lot about creating that, awareness. But Port Royal itself and Edward, they're very charitable in terms of there's a lot of community work that we do. There's local schools that we support, local charities that there's a lot of support going on, and just a lot of community activity.
Yeah.
So that has increased a lot since I've been there, but because of the willingness of the company, because of the willingness of Edward and the other people involved, it's a great company to be a part of. So.
And he is Jamaican, isn't he?
Yeah.
100% Jamaican.
Kingston born.
Yeah. And then, hence Port Royal. And came over here, saw an opportunity and made it work. And
well, actually, he said there's no patties here. Like, he wanted to have the patties that he grew up on.
Right, okay.
So last year, Port Royal celebrated their 25th year anniversary.
Right, okay.
So as a company, it's been running from 25 years, right? So he actually wrote a dissertation on it. The table that he wrote that dissertation on is still in the factory. It's a family business. So it's everything's a very personal connection.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a Jamaican family-owned business. His dad's involved, his brother's involved, his mother-in-law's involved. Everybody is a family. So when you become part of that, I've become part of the family, and I've been with them about 5 years now.
Right.
And it's great because we have such a great relationship and it's very meaningful. It's heartfelt, so, and last year we also won the award for the best patties in the UK.
Right. Nice. So then moving on slightly.
But you never brought none. Great.
Rain didn't remind me.
Just moving on. So that is something that you do, but then the brainchild or I don't want to say the main thing, but the BAE Network.
Yes.
What is that? So just tell the people who are watching, listeners, what is that? How do you impact that?
So the BAE Network is the Bar and Events Network. Mm-hmm. So BAE, Bar and Events Network. It's a solutions company started off as staffing solutions. So I'll rewind a little bit again. Obviously, I've been in the music industry now 29 years in events, hospitality, all that kind of thing. So my family have had like a hotel and nightclub years ago.
Club?
Yeah.
Well, no,
what club? It was in Scotland.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm talking about when this was in the 90s when I was a kid.
Okay.
So it was a discotheque, it was called.
Yeah.
Discotheque.
So that's, discotheque. So we had a hotel and it had a discotheque attached to it, and it was in Scotland, on the border of Scotland, and it was a crazy time because brown people weren't so welcome there, and we've got this place. But anyway, but we've always been in hospitality and catering, like in terms of my family, and then 2018 I opened a restaurant in Ravenscourt Park called the Cape Tail Club.
Oh yes, remember that.
Yeah,
Bad
so
boy. It was so nice.
It was such a good time. 2021 it got flooded. So when that flood happened, I phoned some other people because I was also helping manage bars, doing all that kind of thing. I love hospitality. So I phoned a friend of mine who had a nightclub in Harlesden and said, I'm going to run your bar, or I'm going to work back on your bar. And he said, yeah, okay then. So I explained the situation. He said, yep, come along. I ended up managing the bar. He said, could you bring a team on? Could you start training up people and bring them on because they were getting busier? And then I just had this little light bulb moment. I'm going to start an agency.
Mad. So
I phoned friends and said, hey, come. If you don't know it, I'll train you, but earn some money.
So almost like caterer. That kind of, caterer is it's a hospitality website that...
Yeah.
So that
has solutions, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, on a more grassroots level, I'm going to say, because it's a natural progression that happened.
Okay.
So started off the agency, so I had about 5 people, then 50 people, and now we're at 92 staff.
Mad.
So what I've got is 92 in the main network, and I've got 20 on my core team. The core team are the people who are kind of more active. I train them up in that supervisory role, train them up in more roles. Right. So they are more versed in what they're able to do. So that started in 2021. Well, officially registered in 2022. And then, so the staffing was going really well, but I've done events and event support, events management, my own promotions for a while. and started doing some of that. And then it added strands onto what I was doing. So another strand of it is the events management.
Yeah.
So whether it's your premises license applications, your festival management, event management, putting the logistics together, your fencing, lighting, staging, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, production, right? Okay.
Production, yeah. So I will manage that whole process. And then the third strand came kind of as a result of my work with Port Royal and then started taking on other brands, working with different brands, doing brand activations, brand support, getting kind of maybe more independent brands seen on a wider platform. But of course, I've got a wider platform, and I've got an in because I've been in the industry so long and I network very well. I've been able to get a lot of brands in.
So, if you don't mind me asking, who are some of the brands that you are referring to?
So currently, I'm doing some work with Grace Foods.
Right. Okay.
I do some things with the Campari group, so that's a lot around like Ray Nephew and Magnum, especially around the carnival time. There's a lot of things that go on. There are some more independent brands, so there's like Hawksbill Rum. There is Cascabel Tequila. I've done some things with. So Proof Drinks are a portfolio that I've done quite a bit of work with, starting from in my restaurant and then moving on. I did a bit with Coca-Cola and Schweppes.
Yep.
So quite a few of the good, like well-known brands, but then smaller brands as well, just to give them some direction.
Yeah.
Even if I'm wearing the clothing or just taking the drink somewhere or putting that drink on my shelves in a festival and giving them that opportunity as well.
So can I just interrupt a second? You said that your organisation is called the BAE Network.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just shout out your socials for us, please? For your BAE Network.
Yes, so just to let you know, so a lot of it is built on word of mouth. So in terms of the social, there's not a lot going on the socials, but it's because I've been so busy. And really, I'm trying to get the younger ones who like social media.
They never want to do it.
Well, maybe a couple of coming through soon. So the social it's literally the BAE Network _
So what are your socials then?
THEBAE Network?
Network. That's
_
the one. _ Right. My personal social is Lady TT _official. And then you see all the links of all the other. So you'll see everything on there. There's about another 8.
I've seen them.
Or 9. Yes. And those are brands. So so it's also Mr. Roy's Jerk. So Mr. Roy's, we've been working together for about, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years as well. Right. And so they are an independent Caribbean event caterer.
I swear that he's got a truck in it.
Yeah.
I swear it's parked around the corner.
We can't big them up.
We're gonna go. No.
We can't big them up.
This is where you come in. The reason why
Jerk only
is that he's got a jerk business as well.
Okay.
But his jerk business operates in, it's everywhere, but it's starting up and it operates where?
Well, at the moment we've got Carnival. So we would be in Carnival this year.
Where are you located in Carnival?
Portobello Road.
Okay, nice.
And
if you mention Buddy, you get a discount.
Yep. The empty podcast, you get a 50% discount.
Oh yeah, exactly. No.
Empty podcast is different. You know what I mean? You guys are different. We're
it's
family.
Not free, but you get a discount. No, seriously.
No, but they mentioned the empty podcast you were talking about.
I'd have to look for me. Yeah, maybe if they big up the podcast, you get something. But maybe a free dumpling. But but yeah, we're on Portobello Road. We're started doing a different events, so we're trying to just push ourselves out there. It is actually relatively new. So I'm actually trying to look at the moment for a regular location, which I'll probably have a conversation with you about.
Do you know what it is? I feel like there's so much space for people because even with Port Royal, everyone knows Port Royal for the patties, but Port Royal do catering.
Right.
Port Royal have a kitchen, which is operating on Friday through to Sunday. Food's incredible. Chef's great, so there's a whole kitchen team and then do catering. It's based at the factory, so in Wembley. So the main Port Royal factory is in Wembley. The patties, most people know they're available in Tesco, Asda, Morrison's. There are frozen ready meals as well available, I think, in most of those stores as well. The pies. So there were some pies that they did. And also it's got an online shop. The online shop, you can order all your Caribbean ready meals. So there's a lot more that Port Royal does than just...
In regards to the kitchen, you said it was Friday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So that is, you can walk in and sit down and eat?
You can walk in or you can get deliveries as well.
Or is it just takeaway?
There is we've created like a little bench setting. So it's a little nice little vibe. But it's not, you can't go for a sit down meal really.
Okay.
But if you want to go in and get some food, you can.
All right.
Let me ask a question. This is to both of you lot as you lot are doing jerk. So one of my frustrations with jerk chicken
man, tell them.
Go on, run it.
is to an extent the price, but it's the pieces of chicken that you use to charge that price for. Therefore, what you lot are doing, not you lot, I don't know, but it's the leg and the thigh.
Yep.
And that's 10 buff.
10?
More than that now, bro.
Oh, it's more than that.
10?
No, 10.
That was in about 2010.
Yeah.
But you're also getting other things with it,
other
right?
things,
So you're either
salad
getting your rice,
or
you're getting your
rice or
salad, your
chips.
coleslaw, or your chips,
No.
or your
But
hardo
what-
bread.
But what is your
Last year,
gripe?
Carnival.
Yeah, go on,
My
tell me
gripe
your
is
gripe.
that.
But what is your
That's
gripe?
Carnival. Do you know how much Carnival charge people to be there?
Yeah,
that's
And
not-
you have
that's
to pay
not a joke.
premium for your staff as well. So what people forget when you are charging food, I'm not just charging you for this one little piece of chicken, because
Yeah.
you can go cook that in your house if you really have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gripe, right? I'm charging for the coal,
Yep.
the seasoning,
Yep.
the labor.
Yep.
The time.
I've got the time,
the
the
spot
extras
itself,
that go with it, the
the
spot
staff.
itself.
So my issue isn't the price. My issue is the piece of chicken that you are giving me.
Jerkers give. I'll actually purposely look for the biggest piece of chicken I can actually give you.
But then, so what it is, there's
So what you want, the breast piece?
It depends. I would like an option. I'm not a breast person, but what I would like is,
Not a breast man,
you know, the thigh that's got the one bone. I don't want that part. But what I want is 3 or 4 of them at a price. So I don't care about the price. It's what you're giving me that I have to eat. So I was at, and I was going to come to it. So I was at, what was it? Milton Keynes Bowl. What was the
Reggae Land.
Reggae Land. So
I was there too.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I was there free.
We was all there.
Yeah.
Wiley went.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't
Non-Jamaican,
get
that's why,
to find
non-Jamaican.
where you was, but I went to a stall, which is fine. Like the jerk was good, but the piece that I was given, I didn't like. Now I would like a selection, or something different, rather than just the leg and
Leg
what-
thigh.
I'll explain it to you.
Go on.
Right? In terms of the cooking process, when you're doing bulk cooking,
Yeah.
the timing and the storage and also the care that you have to have on the other piece of chicken. Leg and thigh is the easiest piece
yeah.
in terms of maintaining the moisture levels, the quality and all of those kind of things. The breast piece is going to get dry over a period of time once it's in the hot hold, right? Reheating is a problem. So you have to look at all of these kind of factors to make sure that you're giving you're optimizing the experience. So whilst you might have a gripe, most people are going to be happy with it.
Yeah, 100%.
As long as it's good jerk.
Is it not the same like with DJing though? And I'm going to link it to DJing.
Oh, okay.
No, go for it. No,
I went from jerk to DJ.
No,
I
because
work at this work.
No, let's hear the remix.
I'm going to give you the link.
He can't do jerk and Igusu soup.
That's right. I'm going to give you the link. So the link being, we was talking earlier about DJs charging £75, DJs charging 300, 400 for the years of experience, etc., whatever. But no one don't care now because all they're hearing is what they're hearing. If someone's getting jerk chicken in a place like a Reggae Land, are you really going to be thinking about quality control? Oh, I don't like it.
Depends who you are.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Yes.
what with the amount of people that are there, what are your real options going to be? You're going to try and go for the nearest jerk, get the jerk,
No,
eat the
funny,
jerk.
No.
I'll answer that.
Do you know-
No.
Go on.
No, because I was there at Reggae Land and I did the same thing. And at one point I got hungry and I said to myself, what am I going to eat? Now there was bare jerks. Jerks was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
As it should be.
Where was I going to go? I was
Yeah.
like, I was looking at queue. I was looking at prices. I was looking at, look, queue, prices, smell.
And what you get for your money.
Go on.
And what you get for your money.
Yeah.
So I was going, what do I want? Funny enough, I eventually got so flabbergasted with it, I kind of went, I ain't getting nothing. I said, I can't bother. I'm going to go home.
I'm going to go by crumble.
I'm going to counter that. Go on.
Now the reason, I'm a bit funny because obviously, like I said, I have a jerk business where
exactly.
I now sit there and think to myself, well, I want the best. So if I know that this one's good, then cool, I'll go there. Outside of that, I'm going to be very critical on everyone. So that's why I didn't end up getting that.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So DJs, and Ray mentioned it a couple podcasts ago, we got a DJ in air. I was at an event recently and I could not stop hearing the DJ DJing because I'm now thinking, oh, you're going to play that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play that. You're going to play that. And so that's because I've got that DJ in air. So I can't enjoy the party like I should do. But if it was a thing where I wasn't a DJ and I'd be partying like anyone. So if you wasn't a jerk person, would you not be just like, you know what, jerk chicken, let me get that.
I would have.
Do you know
So
what?
that's what I'm saying.
I think again, it's subjective because, all right, I've been in the food industry a very long time. I have another food business in Soho as well, which is called Dope Birds. We have 6 awards for our chicken wings. I think you had the chicken wings, right? At the restaurant.
No,
No, at the restaurant.
Yeah, man, we had a
So it's the
selection.
same thing. So
when we had
When we
Madden
said
versus
Madden
food, when we had Madden versus food, we came down to Cake Town.
yeah, so that was so at Cake
Me
Tail
and
Club. So
Speedy.
with the Cake Tail Club, it started with a home cake business. So we had a cake business for about 10 years at home, which outgrew itself. We couldn't promote, we couldn't put anything on social media because we were that busy. My mum said she wanted to have a tea room, and I was like, I can't do a tea room.
Why?
I said, tea room, cocktail lounge? I'm too cool for a tea room.
Are you
What am I
though?
going to do? Put on a little pinafore and... No, tea room, cocktail lounge. That's where the cake tail came into it. So it's cakes that taste like
cake
cocktails,
tail, right.
cocktails that taste like
I
cake.
wondered that. Okay.
Right? So we had this whole concept. But then when we got the restaurant, part of the licensing conditions were that we had to offer substantial food if we were going to do drink. So where it was a bar and cocktail lounge, yes, we have to do food. So we came up with this menu and we were developing it as we went along. And because the savoury, it was crazy because the savoury food, the desserts and the cocktails were all doing equally well.
Right.
They were all flying. And I think because the concepts of each of them were very, very unique. And then during lockdown, I think just before it, my brother said, let's do a brand split so that we have Dope Birds and Cake Tail Club still running from the same premises, but people can understand. If you're ordering on Deliveroo, people who walk through the door, they can understand it quite easily. On the delivery platforms, it was hard to look for chicken wings at the Cake Tail Club. It's not what you're going to go to.
Right.
So Dope Birds was his creation. He now, when the restaurant got flooded, he went with that. I created the BAE Network. He carried on with the food element because he was managing the kitchen anyway and the food. And he's gone on to win 6 awards now with chicken wings. Really? 4 from Great Taste, 1 from Wingfest and 1 from Wing Jam. Yeah. And the flavour creations are crazy.
And that business is still operating now.
It's in Soho on Berwick Street. Berwick Street
What
Market.
street? Berwick Street.
Might go there Saturday.
I'm going to go there now.
No, so it's Tuesday to Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Saturday he does a lot of events. So he's also a catering partner with quite a few different events as well.
Right, okay.
So but the food that he does there is quite different. So it's just play with food and enjoying what you're doing. And if you love what you do, you are going to deliver a good product. But going back to the conversation we're having about the jerk and all this kind of stuff, like if you're going somewhere, you do want to make sure the quality is good. So people do look at, is it crisp enough? Does it look good? Because you don't want no wet jerk chicken that the skin hasn't even touched the fire.
It's got sauce everywhere. It's jerk because it's got jerk sauce on it. That's not jerk. So this is where it's like I was waiting for people to walk past. I was looking at their plates and I was like, I don't know about that one. Where did you get that one from? And because they weren't my people, I couldn't go, yo mate, that one. Where did you get that one from? Because it was obviously I said, I give up.
You asked me as soon as I walked in there.
Yeah, because you're my boy, bro.
You didn't say hello. You said, where's the food? Guys, down there, bro.
My boy asked.
I see someone with food and I think the food looks nice. I'm not scared to say, excuse me, where did you get the food from?
100%.
It's not hard, bro. It's just manners, bro.
Yeah.
So for people that are watching, and there may be quite a few Caribbean people watching, from both of you, what should someone be looking for good jerk chicken?
Yeah, man. I like the sound of this one here.
I don't think it's a look as of such. I think there is a bit to look, but it's also the smell.
Right.
I will be attracted to what does it smell like, and if it smells there, I can smell barbecue, I can smell the jerk, and if it smells like this, it smells good, then there's a good chance it's seasoned well. It needs to be seasoned well.
So for me, what you just said there, barbecue, I'm like, no, not interested.
It needs to be seasoned well, so it's smoked. When I say barbecue, it's the smoke. Fine. It's the smell you can smell.
Okay.
I think also just seeing the authentic jerk pan, seeing someone who's actually over it, doing what they're supposed to be doing. I do look for these things. Are you spraying it up? How are you spraying it?
Are you sprinkling pimento over it every now and again?
Oh, you should have pimento wood, but that's probably quite expensive to get.
That's too expensive to get.
Over here, it's very expensive to get. However, there are ways around it. Like you said, the pimento water or whatever you want to do. There's different ways.
Sprinkle pimento,
seasoning.
Seasoning.
Yeah, but what you do is you've got it depends. I mean, different people do it different ways, but you have like spray bottles and that kind of stuff, right? But it is a lot about the smell. And also, I look for what does the skin like? Is it crisp? Like, is it crisped up?
Is it still on? Is the skin still on?
Well, that too, because
some people, that's
blasphemy.
That's
actually
that's like, I'm not getting that one.
No, because you don't. That's some
I hate when people
Jamie
cook
Oliver
with
jerk
cooked
chicken.
chicken and they take the skin
That's what I'm
off.
saying.
Jamie.
Sorry, Jamie. But you know, it's like the green peas and rice and peas. It's not a thing.
Well,
I mean,
Right, so you don't take the skin off the jerk chicken
don't.
because it's all part of the experience, right? But yeah, is it crisp enough? Is it not burnt, but it needs to be charred?
Yeah.
It has to be, you know, and it can't be wet chicken.
Yeah.
It's got to, you know, even when it's
There's
chopped.
a moistness to it.
Yeah, there's a
as
moistness
well.
to it, but when it's chopped, you'll see that it's just coming off the bone, but not.
Because some people, sorry, now you're making a harbour on it back, but it's like some people dry out the chicken as well because you can
Well,
leave it on there and it dries
too
out.
long,
And I'm like, oh, it's dry. I don't want it dry. I need it a little bit
Just
moist.
right.
And then you put a little. I don't even like my you know when they put all the sauce all over it. Don't swim it in it. Just a little bit.
I don't want the sauce. I don't think
I don't even mind not having it.
I like the
know what
sauce
it
on the
is.
side
Yeah.
I don't even
me.
want it.
because I don't want it mashing up the skin.
You see?
I think. Well, I'm going to say something really mad. I want the skin on the jerk chicken when I've bought it, but I don't eat the skin.
I just pull it off.
Yeah, pull it off.
you're
Pull it off.
mad.
Pull it off.
Yeah,
But
my dad does that and I just don't respect it.
Who
This
does
guy's
your dad?
moving mad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
he's
don't
moving
respect
mad,
it.
bro.
He's a G then. He's a G.
No, I
You're
just don't
moving
respect
mad.
Come to
Yeah.
Portobello
No, Ray's
Road.
moving
Carnival
mad.
time. We're good.
I thought you were the chicken connoisseur, bruv. You're moving mad, you.
No, the chicken connoisseur is coming on.
I thought you were you're moving mad, bruv. You're moving mad.
No,
But
no.
yeah,
Taking the skin off. No, you're moving mad.
Take it off.
yeah, but yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the way someone is actually dealing with the chicken as well. Do they look like they care?
This is another thing. Yeah.
There's actually a
The
look.
cleanliness as well.
Cleanliness. I always try and look around, you know, like how are you storing your chicken? Have you just got the bucket of chicken lying out in the hot heat?
Yeah.
Or have you got some cold storage?
Yeah, cold stores. Like for me, jerk, and this is going to be controversial. For chicken, jerk is the best flavor or the best seasoning you can add to any form of chicken anywhere in the world.
Say that again.
No, I don't have to say it again. You
No,
heard me the
say
first
it
time.
again.
No, they heard. I'm not saying it again. I can't remember what I
Say it
said.
again.
I can't remember what I said. I've been drinking it.
Do you know what?
Let me do it real.
I
So-
get it.
I mean, it is elite,
Yeah, I do
right?
get it.
It's but you see, coming from an Indian background now,
Yeah, go on.
tandoori chicken is
another one.
very much up there.
It's good.
Tandoori is banging, I can't lie.
I rate tandoori.
Listen, I'm like this because you know, obviously this is food I've grown up on.
Yeah.
But then I've grown up with Jamaicans as well, so I've grown up with both of these two cultures influencing my life.
For the Nigerians
Here we
that are
go.
watching,
Here we
for
go.
the Nigerians that are watching,
Oh, we go with suya
we
now.
are going to be
yeah.
having some Nigerians here talking about suya, and you will, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
No,
get
no
there.
one cares.
I'm just sitting here quiet, letting them
So-
have
so-
their
do you
moment.
know what? To be fair to you,
clear,
so what's it?
Rain,
roughly said that jerk is the best flavor you can add to chicken
100%.
anywhere. Is that correct?
1,000,000%.
In the world.
And I'm
In the
thinking
world.
about peri peri, tandoori, South African braai. I'm talking about suya. All of it. It's better than everything.
But I think it's just going to be
I need
subjective.
to
You
drink
know
some
why I'm
water.
going to say it's subjective?
Cultural, innit?
It's cultural and what you've grown up on. Because even when you've mentioned the peri peri, I'm like, oh, a good peri peri is a good
No, it's
peri
good.
peri.
It's
Yeah,
good.
not
Right?
over
It's not
jerk.
jerk
But-
though. To me, it's like fake jerk. I feel like peri peri is fake jerk.
No,
No, it's
because you go
different. No,
to
it's
Portugal
different.
and all
It's
these
different. I
places,
know
it's what
where
they've
it's
grown
made
up on,
from, but
right?
I don't know if
I've
it's
had
fake
some
jerk.
epic suya.
Yeah,
Like,
I have.
And it's, you know,
Look, I'm not saying that these things are not good. Like, right, you know, you've got this thing where they do like, you've got E tier up to S tier. And if you see it on the internet, and they might say, right, okay, who is a E tier footballer? And you might say Mo Salah. And then who is a S tier footballer? Ian Wright. You know what I mean? Jerk chicken is above S.
Do you know?
He's thinking about what I just said.
the only way.
You kind of said that.
When you hear most of the triggered, and you know that he's triggered now, bro.
yeah, fully triggered. But I agree with you, I'm right.
The only way you'll be able to find that out and actually question it, if you went to Jamaica, tried Jamaican jerk. If you went to Nigeria, tried Nigerian. Because the problem you're gonna have is when you're trying the foods over here, it's not the same as having it.
Authenticity.
The suya you get over here is nowhere near the suya
said
you
the
get over
Nigerian
there.
suya
The
is
jerk
the
you
best
get over
in the world.
here. No, I'm saying the jerk you get over here, nowhere near the jerk over there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
So-
you see, the first time I had
so-
jerk chicken in
Yeah,
Jamaica. No, but the first time I had jerk chicken in Jamaica.
Roadman, innit?
Oh,
Pan man
listen,
on the road.
listen.
I ain't gonna lie.
It was
they're
after
good.
different.
amnesia.
Amnesia, okay.
Yeah. Listen,
different.
it was great.
The food from the countries where they're from is totally different to getting the foods over here. So
I don't business where you buy it from. You could buy it in China. If it's jerk chicken, it's S tier.
You sure it's jerk chicken? Sorry.
Jerk cat.
Russia, it's S. Jerk
I mean,
is
jerk
the
cat.
best flavour. I don't business what
If
anyone
it's
says.
church properly.
Look, you know what the funny thing is? It is subjective, and
Yes.
you're saying about soya. The African side, the African foods that are around in this country, in England, they've only just started to kind of make a rise. Because even when you're saying soya, you asked me about soya 10 years ago. I'm like,
no,
what's that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about. So when you're saying it, so when you're saying jerk, and then when you said tandoori, I was like, tandoori's already been up there. That's been around for long enough for me to know about. Peri peri, obviously, been around for ages. So when you said it, I kind of resonate with what you're trying to say. I kind
not
of get
trying.
it. Like I know, I get it. But then when you said soya, I'm like, soya's not up there yet. I think
But
it's
again,
coming.
you know
but
what?
it's not
People
up there.
can put their
Again.
answers in the comment.
Well, they
That's
will.
right. Yeah.
They will.
They are, of course they will.
Right, they will.
There's going to be
again,
war in the
I'm gonna get
comments.
slated, but I don't care.
I'm with
I
you,
don't
though.
think you'll
I'm
get
with
slated,
you.
you know, because again, I just feel like it's very subjective
Yeah.
to
It's like the rice
upbringing,
and peas versus
culture.
jollof argument, isn't it?
But I'm
Yeah.
a jollof fan, to be fair,
No.
with a rice and peas.
See,
I'm
mine
not
it
really
just depends
care.
what you're eating it with. I am not having jollof rice and curry goat.
I
It's
would,
not.
I would,
It's
I
clash,
wouldn't,
there's a
but I
flavour
wouldn't
clash,
have
so I'm
rice and
not-
peas
I'm
with
not
curry
on it.
goat. I'm having curry
White
goat or white
rice.
rice. It has to be.
I would argue it like this. I couldn't have rice and peas on its own with anything. I couldn't have rice and peas from anywhere on its own, but I could have jollof rice on its own.
I could eat jollof
No,
rice.
Do you know
No,
what?
no,
though?
no,
No, if you get a really good rice and peas that's made with fresh grated coconut and it's seasoned, what you can eat
On
it.
its
So.
own.
Yeah, you can.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
can.
no
But
gravy.
I still want some
no
gravy
chicken.
on it.
That's exactly my point. No gravy, no nothing. I don't think so.
And I
I'm
don't
going with
even
But I do get it
I'm
with
not even
jollof.
fond of peas or pulses, full stop. Like, much less peas.
That's
Pulses,
pulses.
full stop. I'm not fond of any of them. But you can definitely eat rice and peas by itself if it's good rice and peas.
Over jollof.
Especially over jollof.
You're a madman.
Nah, you know what?
You're a
I'm not
madman.
going to say over
Especially
jollof
over
because
jollof.
if you get the right jollof,
Jollof is just.
and also we're not even going to go into which jollof is the right jollof.
which means you don't know about jollof.
This-
what I'm trying to tell you.
and that's why,
know about
we'll, in the comments, we will wait and see.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do.
this is a madness now, isn't
I've got
it?
my own camera.
In the
This is
comments-
now a
There's a lot of
madness.
things
So-
that comments.
so-
So we
so-
want to know. We want to know
said
the
what I
jerk
said.
chicken argument. We want to know the jerk chicken argument. We want to know
Yes.
the jollof argument. Right now, we've got a lot of arguments going on in this comment section. You know.
I'm going to say
honestly.
one thing controversial from what I've just said about
I don't.
jerk chicken. I don't eat rice and peas.
Straight up.
Man just turned his head. But I'm
up.
allergic to coconut. So that's my reason.
I'm gonna drink some water.
So my
You can make a very good rice and peas without.
So
Without
my
coconut.
parents make it without rice and peas. I mean,
Without
without coconut. But then I realised I don't like the beans or peas.
Yeah.
Bruv, I don't like them.
You know
butter
what?
peas,
You know
full
what?
stop.
Let's just move on to the next
Yeah,
subject
move on
at
to
this
the
point
next
because
thing,
I don't feel like you're qualified to talk about food at this point.
You can't talk about the rice and peas thing, bro. You killed yourself
I'm
a little
I'm
bit.
more trying to understand. A man said
little
rice
bit.
and peas is better, but he doesn't like the peas. But rice and peas is better than jollof rice.
Oh,
Anyway,
he didn't-
no,
he didn't-
no,
he
you're talking
said
about
that.
you, talking about you,
Tongo
talking about
said
you.
that. Tongo
Exactly.
said that.
I don't like the
Anyway,
peas, but it's
so
still better.
Let's
Anyway,
focus on
so
the
that's-
guests. Let's focus on the guests.
Yes.
So,
Indeed.
before we move on to the roundup, the mentoring thing, because I think that's quite
Yes.
important.
Yes.
So just talk to us about your involvement in the mentoring. So who's the company, who's the charity or whatever it is, what's your part in it, and who are the key players?
So, I've been mentoring for 19 years
Wow.
in different capacities. I started in 2008, and it was actually off of the back of my music.
Right, okay.
So I was asked. I'm from Northwest London. We were running a summer program for kids in Church Road, and I was asked by a couple of friends, Sparky and Superflex, to come in and do a music workshop with them. So I went in, done this music workshop with the kids, and we were teaching them about just lyrics writing and switching up. And Akala came in actually and done a
nice.
little chat with them. Yeah, it was really, really good. And so I was teaching them to reframe their lyrics and their lyrical content to make it more positive. And actually his chat with them had a huge impact. It went from them rapping about some little foolishness to actually their SATs and their GCSEs,
okay.
which was great. And when I did that workshop, I went, this is my thing. So I started volunteering, doing the work in the local community. Obviously, it's where we've grown. And then an opportunity came up to work for an organisation. I went for the job, got the job, started doing mentoring properly, and then went and done my qualification.
Wicked. What's the qualification? Just so people.
It's mentoring level 3. So I
Right,
did it with
okay.
an organisation called Spark to Life.
Wicked.
And big up my mentor Melvin, because I had a mentor as well.
Yeah.
And he was incredible in terms of supporting my journey of this new movement that I was doing. And I used my position within music and I guess my popularity to influence young people and encourage them to take a better, like a more positive pathway. So I did that for a few years. I stopped in 2018, opened up the restaurant with my family. By that time, I opened up my restaurant 2 days after my son's 3rd birthday, which is crazy because most people go, a toddler and a restaurant. It's like 2 babies, right? There was a lot of things that happened with that because we had a flood in 2019. Then we just done a refurb from the flood, then went into lockdown.
Oh, right.
Survived lockdown and done really well. And then 2021 got hit by this massive flood and then it wiped us out. And this is a family business. It wasn't, it was our investment.
Yeah.
And anyway, we moved from there. But back to the mentoring, some of the young people living in the restaurant that I had working there, I was mentoring them. So it's young people that I was mentoring. And I remember a business coach said to me at one point, you can't do both. You have to choose one thing to do. And I was so offended. Don't talk to me like that. That's so rude.
I can't. Yeah.
How dare you? Because I've always done more than one thing. So for you to come and tell me I can't do more than one thing, you're crazy. I'm going to do it.
To be fair, I do understand it. Like, I mean, not to obviously cut you, but it's like you seem like you've done so many things, and luckily that you've done so well in all of the things that you've actually mentioned, and that's a great achievement for you. But not many people can say to themselves, well, I've done this, and I've been a master or good at every single one of them.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, well, I've done this. I've been all right at that, but I've never been a master at any of them. And luckily or fortunate for yourself is that you've done well in every one of these categories, which is
no, and I do agree with it. It's finding your niche. And I guess because, I was a karate instructor at one point.
Mad.
Which is crazy.
What haven't you done?
Yeah. Do you know what? Like I said, opportunities have come up over the years and I went, oh, go on then. And then and some of them haven't worked.
But that's good.
Some of them haven't worked. Yeah. But what I've done is just said, you know what? Let's see. And I love anything like to do with the sports and activities. Yeah. That's always been my thing. And with that, there was a sales element of it. So we were doing door-to-door sales. I actually became the top salesperson in the world.
Right.
Yeah. So for the karate company. Okay. Because we were recruiting people. Yeah. But I also had the biggest class. So I had the biggest class in the south of England, and I was the top salesperson in the world because they operated in England, America, and Australia.
Mad.
But it's just, I loved it. And I just feel like if you're going to do something, just do it properly. Do it with your heart. And if you don't do it with your heart, then just don't do it, because you got to do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
But back to the mentoring. So I like helping people. I figured out that was my thing. When the restaurant flooded, I was speaking to a man called Justin Finlayson. He's got an organisation he founded a charity called United Borders. United Borders supports young people impacted by serious youth violence. It came as a result of the issues that were going on in Church Road and Stonebridge, and then trying to heal some of those problems. So United Borders is to unite the borders. Big blacked out double-decker bus with a music studio, go to different areas and we can do the work, right? And I still work with them now.
So just for, again, I'm from North London, so Tottenham. And I know we've had our own thing. So the Stonebridge Church Road, what was that?
There's just been historic violence. Issues, violence. There were, in 2017, when Justin decided to actually form this charity, there was a murder of a young man called James Owusu. He was killed on his doorstep. He was innocent. He wasn't involved in the road life. He was a carer for his mum. He was, aspiring DJ. He was just a young man who was not even in the wrong place. He was on his doorstep. So it's not even the wrong place. It's just that there were issues in the area at the time and he was outside. So it happened. The charity formed, and the whole point of the charity is that we support people who are going through challenges, who have experienced certain adverse things, and try to take them on a better pathway. And we use that music as an engagement tool and a development tool to work with them on a more positive journey. And then also It's Unique Families. It's Unique Families supports children and families with special educational needs. Right. But we take the whole family approach. So it's a friend of mine who started this charity, or who had the brainchild of this charity. Together, we developed a few things. I'm the chair, she's the director. We've got a nice team who work alongside us, and that's been going now for about 4 years. But again, it's about supporting the vulnerable people within in our communities, because a lot of the time we get left out. You know, there is support for a lot of people who are more maybe seen, but then the work being done by the real people who have lived experience, who have real heart in this to make a difference. We're the people that, you know, need to be doing the work.
Would you say there's enough mentors?
There's never enough mentors.
So then, like, again, this is a platform, and hopefully other people will hear this and address this on their platforms as well. Like, how can someone get into mentoring? So someone thinks, right, I do want to mentor someone. I want to add to what's happening in the community. I want to reduce, whether it be knife crime, street violence, domestic violence. How can someone get into it?
I think there's a lot of every area has voluntary organisations, whether it's something like the CVS, which are like the local volunteering services, whether it's the local, looking at which are your charity partners and do some volunteering within those charity groups. Every charity needs volunteers, you know, regardless, because there are fundraisers, there are activities that they might need help with. So volunteering is for me anyway, I think it's a great opportunity and a way to get in. And firstly, understand if that's what you want to do before you make the full commitment of, you know, or go into a job and then say, actually, it's not for me. I came from that volunteering background. So I just think it's always a good place to be. I've volunteered with Brixton Soup Kitchen. I've volunteered. Yes, I did Christmas Day with them last year.
Oh, wicked. How was that?
It was amazing, because to put yourself in that situation, like most people go, oh, Christmas Day, that's what you did. So yeah, I went there with my son, you know, and that's what we did. We supported that. And I think it's an amazing thing that they were doing. Because there were people who said they weren't sure how they were going to eat that day.
It's mad, isn't it? Because
so many other shelters were closed, or, you know, so many places were closed for Christmas Day, and this place is open. And so it was busy all day. And it was and there were so many donations that came through to them. So I ended up actually taking food from Brixton Soup Kitchen that they had left over to Ealing Night Shelter.
Mad. Okay.
To drop it off. So it spread wider than what even they expected. And there's a lot of good work that happens from a lot of different organisations, and there's no harm in us all just joining forces, working together. There's space for everyone.
Agreed.
And there's a need for everyone.
Okay.
So quickly going back to these two charities, you said United Borders and
It's Unique Families.
So can we have the socials for those, please?
It's exactly that. So United Borders is at United Borders, and It's Unique Families. It's Unique Families.
Okay, brilliant.
Cool. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move on. So we're going to get into the portion of the podcast which is called Range Roundup. So these are just things that are in the news or have been in the news on social media. Where I'm going to start, because we haven't had our say on it, is Reggae Land. So Reggae Land happened. I think everyone, well, apart from you weren't there. So what it is, I was thinking about this, and I've seen everyone's chatting about it, but I looked at it and broke it down into categories. So you've got the social element, you've got the political element, financial element. So I want us to comment on those things. So firstly, it happened. It was a good event, enough people down there. Who was, and I know you were working, but you must have seen something. Who do you think was the best performance of the day? And I'm talking, I went on the Sunday. So I'm strictly thinking about the Sunday. Yeah, I know you've got Burna Boy, Massacre was on that day as well. But it's entirely up to you who you want to point out.
Sanchez.
See, so I was in the VIP catering, so I did the catering for artists.
Excuse me.
We were backstage. But I'm saying that to say that I didn't really get to hear anyone, apart from if you're on the main stage. And even then, because we're so immersed in what we're doing, I wasn't even paying that much attention.
Right, okay.
Shensia done really well.
Did she?
I think because again, I was where I was, right?
What do you think?
So we're behind the stage. So we're not even in front of it where you're getting the full sound effect.
Right, okay.
So you're not hearing the full sound. You're just hearing what you're hearing from backstage and in the middle of serving up food. Oh, this artist wants their food. It was incredible, but I didn't get that experience of it. Normally, when we're at Reggae Land, we're
on a different side. So
what happened was with Mr. Roy's, we've been there for the past 4 years. Last year, Rizla done a competition or award thing, and Mr. Roy's won the competition for best food and festival. as a result of that,
jerk,
we
yeah.
got offered best food.
Yeah, food, but again,
Yeah,
must
yeah.
be jerking there.
Yeah. But yeah, so as a result of that, we were offered to do the VIP catering for the artists. So we had a spot outside and we had a spot inside.
Wicked. Okay.
And I was running the bit in the VIP. So yeah, I just don't
You're
know
not sure.
who. Yeah.
All right, we do it quickly. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds each to land your point. Who was it?
It would have been between Vegas and Sanchez. Vegas for me should have been on the main stage.
Because they were on the dancehall stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean Paul did well. I thought he did well, but he just was like the crowd.
Sean Paul,
Yeah.
was he there?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was there.
I didn't know who was there.
No, sorry,
Paul or
not Sean Paul,
Shaggy?
Shaggy. It was Shaggy.
Oh, Shaggy. Okay.
My bad.
Talking about
I just realised it was Shaggy.
Rockstone.
No, Shaggy did well, but he wasn't like he did well, but the crowd didn't really interact with him. And I know he was on the main stage. With Mr. Vegas, I thought to myself, he done well. And every time I've seen him, he seems to hype the crowd really well. And I really do like. Sanchez did really well as well. I thought Sanchez was really good. And then obviously you went off to the main event, which was Cartel after that. Cartel, I didn't stay till the very end. But I stayed for his main songs. And then I just wanted to get out of there because certain people got home at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and I got home at 12 o'clock. So I went with that route.
Tongo.
I did think about Vegas, but I just thought Vegas had very good energy.
Always.
And he was very dominating, very inclusive. His performance was excellent. I cannot lie. Now you've put him back in my mind. It might be Vegas.
Vegas
But
a bad way.
I think it's because I haven't seen Sanchez since the 90s. So that just, for me, seeing him and the fact that he was still as good vocally as he's ever been. He sounds like he's done a record live in performance with the band. The way he's interactive. He was doing the thing where I like where an artist sings songs, like he blends songs. Like he doesn't just sing one song end to end. He would like sing a verse of this song and then he'd say, do you remember the blah, blah, blah? And he'll sing that one. Do you remember the da-da-da? And he'll sing that one. Do you know what I mean? And then he might, I don't know, go and seduce a lady with a tune or, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man.
He's a
Proper.
performer. He's very much a performer.
Proper,
artist,
proper.
yeah.
Well, for you,
Proper.
for you,
For
right?
me, it was Ding Dong.
I missed this show.
You would
I
have,
missed-
'cause-
I
and this
missed-
is the thing. I would have
No,
missed.
I wanted to see it, but I was near.
Yeah.
But someone stopped me and started talking to me, so I just missed it. I was so mad.
I think it's a travesty that he wasn't on the
bigger
main
stage.
stage.
Yeah.
For me, he did better than Cartel. Like Cartel, I get what he was doing, and I get the restrictions that he's got to do, and I get the contractual obligations he's got because he's got the Gaza Gully and Movado coming up. Therefore, some of the songs that I wanted to hear, he couldn't do.
Yeah.
But Ding Dong, from a point of view of energy, vibes, the place flattened. The place flattened. It was just crazy. The best performance by far that I saw. And I heard Sham. Baby Sham was there. Baby Sham was good.
What stage was that called again?
Dance stage.
No,
Was it
One
the-
Love stage.
No,
or something like that?
I don't even know.
No.
Shawnee
Sanchez
B,
was One
No, I
Love
think
stage.
they
That
were
was
on
the
the
dancehall
dance floor
stage.
stage.
Shawnee
One
B,
Love stage was Sanchez.
Shawnee B was on there.
Charlie Black was good on there.
Who?
Charlie Black.
Didn't see that yet.
Yeah, he was good.
But Ding Dong he is an epic performer.
Epic.
But he should have been on the main stage. And what should have happened, and my bedroom, and a lot of people going to disagree, Shensia should have been on the other stage, and then he should have been on that stage. Because I saw what Shensia did. She
was alright.
she was playing other songs in breaks.
Right.
And I reckon that Ding Dong could have done that with his songs, but had a bit of more of a theatrical part to it, where he would bring up someone. So when you're doing
Engaging,
gas,
yeah.
when you're doing gas, right? You come up, 2 people, we're gonna do it together, and then that's 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Everyone hypes rare tear. Shensia did that. I'm not saying Shensia is not a good artist, but after like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes of Shensia, I think people started looking around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he was just energy all the way through. I thought, you know what I mean? I just thought he was one of the best.
I do have one gripe about Reggae Land though.
So again, God.
I've got one. Why do the artists sing other people's songs? For no
Few
reason.
people said that. A few people
For
actually
no
said that.
reason.
Right,
I mean,
I think
we
it's
can't-
a
we
gap
can't
fillers.
answer
Why?
that.
Why?
Gap
I think
fillers.
it's a bit of gap
Yeah.
fillers.
What?
But you see
why
what?
are you singing Zim Zimmer, who's and you Beanie Man's coming on later? Why? Why are you singing it and you got a vast
Sometimes
catalogue of
when you're
you got a vast
interaction-
catalogue of songs? Why are you singing songs that are not yours as part of your set. It makes no sense.
I think sometimes when your interaction is dropping, you go with a little safety element of what is going to bring the people back up and get them back engaged with you. Also, I think what you've got is, and this is what a lot of people don't look at, you've got recording artists and you've got performing artists. Recording artists who still perform are going to give you a different show to artists who are performance artists who are recording. Do you understand? So there are certain people, especially like Ding Dong, Vegas, Sanchez, they know how to engage the crowd, they can move, they've got the energy, they can still hold their breath, they can still keep the tone, they can do everything whilst they are performing and singing. Then you've got recording artists who are still obligated because they're popular recording artists, they still have to go and perform. But they're not performance artists.
Something I wanted to put forward on this part is I didn't like the main stage, and what I didn't like, and I tried to compare it to City Splash and how I enjoyed myself at City Splash compared to how I enjoyed myself at Reggae Land. And Reggae Land allowed people to put a lot of seats to sit down around the sides. And I went with my missus, and we all they brought seats because I'm bringing seats. Her and her brethren bring seats. I said, we're not bringing no seats. I said, we're going to walk around, we're going to stand up, we're going to dance, we're going to do our thing. And then got the seats. She obviously sat down.
Who carried the seats?
Shut up.
No,
anyway,
It's only right.
Yeah, thank you. And then she sat down, and then I said, you know what? Kind of want to sit down now. And then you see the mountain of everybody else just sitting there. So I thought, well, where's the vibe? Like, whereas City Splash, there's no one brings seats. Everybody just goes there. You catch a vibe, you dance, you stand up at the side if you want to stand up at the side, but you enjoy the vibe. Now, I don't know if they should stop the seats. I don't know if I'm going to say, oh yeah, stop the seats, because then everybody will just vibes. But I feel that was part of the problem.
Arguably, though, the people that are meant to be seated are not meant to be
so
bringing
close.
the seats down to
They
the
didn't.
main.
Well,
they
some of them did. Yeah,
you're walking through loads of time, you find lines of chairs.
That was a big thing.
And it shouldn't have been. They're supposed to have been at the back parts only, like on the slopes.
Either way, it should have
but
been
people doing what they want to do, and there's no one monitoring that. So people just do whatever they can or what they feel like.
I think they're, firstly, if you are in a reggae dancehall festival and you want to put your chair in the middle, you deserve to get trampled on. That's my thing. You shouldn't be there.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, you don't go in the middle of a rave and sit down. Right?
in the middle,
so
innit?
you're going to the peak area where
Spill it.
Sorry.
true word.
Don't worry.
Right. You don't go to the peak area. You don't go to the peak area of somewhere and then do the minimal.
Exactly.
When you're in the peak, you're doing the maximum.
Well, it's funny that you mention it, and we'll cover it quickly. So there was an incident at Reggae Land where there was a load of people who were sat in apparently what was called a no seating area.
No seating area, yes.
And they had their chairs down. A man was walking through and barged. Well, not barged. He knocked the woman's food out of her hand, fell on the floor, and then she was upset and started. I want to say hyping, but it makes it sound like
he offered to pay for it.
Well, he didn't. What he said was, because my bedroom was there, so shouts out to Carlos and the security company. So he walked through. The food got knocked on the floor. What he said is, look, it's food, right? Don't worry about it. I'll try and sort you out later on. But the queue for the food stalls where I'm going to go to is about an hour or whatever it is. Whether that be true or not, I'm not sure. Then she weren't having it. And then she started to hype a bit more. Then her friends got involved. And then my man was like, "Raw, I'm not having this from no one." He picked up a chair and just cleared. He didn't necessarily liquor. What I got was that he was trying to clear space, but he was licking them down. But who's in the wrong there? Someone's sitting in an area where there's supposed to be no seating, or is the man in the wrong for knocking the food out of the hand, which happens? But should he have gone back and just walked straight away?
Let's be real. If you are sitting in a standing party area, one, you're not so visible, okay, and people are partying. It's a whole vibe going on. Yeah. So I don't think he was wrong. And I'm not saying the woman was entirely wrong, but let's not be so entitled that we're not taking a bit of accountability for ourselves and saying, hey, you know what? I know I'm not supposed to be here, so let's chill a little bit. And accidents happen. People are drinking, people are partying. Yeah. The whole vibe is a whole vibes and situation. So things happen.
So to Buddy's point, it was a should these events, and shouts out to Party Upon the Lawn, got to shout them out because they run a very successful event, and I believe there is a restriction on chairs, but I think you can bring chairs in, but you know that you need to be at the back. But I think there might be a restriction. Should events like these ban chairs or have seating areas and the sound systems or whatever is there have areas where you can sit and still have a good time and still have a good vantage point?
I think it's dependent. So I work with Party Upon the Lawn, just coincidentally.
Okay, who don't you work with? But it's okay.
Good people, and
Very good people.
amazing event, right? Because it is that elevated Caribbean party experience, right? And
premium day party. If I don't say that, they'll kill me. They'll kill me.
Absolutely, but it is, and they work really meticulously hard to make sure that they maintain that, down to the decor, the cabanas. There's a lot of different things that go into it, right? But yeah, there is a restriction on seating because it is for those people who need it, you know, as in who have disabilities and that kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
Because it is a party experience. You're coming there to enjoy the vibe. And if you have got limited abilities where you do need to have seating, it does need to be a way so that you're not, for your own safety. It's not to say that you can't be part of the party experience, but you do have to be safe.
Yeah.
And you cannot expect everyone to stop because you want to put a chair in the middle.
Yeah.
It's let's be realistic and fair in what's going on. I think somewhere like Reggae Land, where it's maybe longer hours and a lot more walking, it's a vast space. It's
massive,
huge, huge. I couldn't walk around the whole of Reggae Land all day and still be okay for the next day.
The thing is, I agreed with, like I said, I didn't want the seats, but when I saw her sit down, I thought, I want to sit down too now. Like, I don't want to be standing up.
But you are going to get that feeling because as soon as you see your friend sit down or anyone sitting, you're like, oh, you know what,
I could, and that was what it was. And I mean, like I said, I can only compare it to City Splash and say to myself, at City Splash, we were on our feet all day. It was okay because we was out, we was raving, we danced, we chilled, we stood at the side, we ate, we drank. Do you know what I mean? It was just cool. It's like Carnival. You're up all day.
All day,
Like, it doesn't make a difference. It's normal. And think about it, when you just said about how big Reggae Land is, think about Carnival and how long the route is and how much we all walk, and we just get on with it.
For me, it doesn't even cross my mind. So I was at Garage Nation
the other day, last
festival.
week.
Yeah, last week. So
Don't tell me you were with them too.
I was, yeah. Friday and Sunday were family days, right? And the amount of people that came through with chairs and all this kind of stuff, and they were so prepared. And I thought to myself, I would have just come with myself and my child and expect me and him to just walk around, tough it out.
Yeah.
Or sit on the floor in an open park.
What are you sitting down for? You're not sitting down.
I'm expecting you to just get on with it because this is what it's. You came here to a festival. We didn't go to a picnic in the park. We came to a festival. There's music playing on purpose.
Yeah.
Big sound systems on purpose. So I don't know. You stand up on purpose. Like if we want to go to the picnic, we go to the picnic.
Of course, I sat down.
You had a chair in it.
I bought a chair in there.
That's what I said. I couldn't
in Reggae
understand
Land.
it. It was mad.
You bought 2 chairs in.
All right, come on.
And then sat down on them.
No, I didn't bring 2 chairs.
He did it out of gentlemanly courtesy.
Thank you.
He didn't sit down out of gentlemanly courtesy.
Yeah, he sat down because he wanted to sit down.
That was influence.
Stop trying to defend him.
No, it's the truth though. If she didn't bring the chair, I weren't sitting down.
You'd have no option, that's why. But okay, I'm going to move on. So that was the musical part. So we've covered that. Now, socially, in regards to Reggae Land, so there's a thought process that it's not marketed at people from the Caribbean. Now, my question is does it need to be, considering that to have an event which is as big as that, considering, and I'm just going to read my stats. So Afro-Caribbean in the UK, according to the census 2022, make up 0.9% of the UK population. So this is just Caribbean people. It's not Afro-Caribbean, it's just Caribbean people. So roughly 628,000. Can this event be solely for black people, or should it be aimed at everyone else with a view that they will be the majority and we would be the minority? I'm not saying that we were.
It should be aimed at everyone. I mean, if you have a rock concert, it should be aimed at everyone. If you have a Afro-Caribbean thing, it should be aimed at everyone. I don't want it to be aimed just at a particular race. I don't care about that. I think that is a little bit ignorant because I feel to myself, music is there for everybody to enjoy.
Yep.
And to say that only black people like reggae, or only black people like soca, or only white people like rock, or whatever else. That's not fair.
Here's the thing, right? And, you know, being in the music industry a long time and doing a lot of events, concerts, festivals, that kind of thing, especially the concerts. And I'm going to go to this because reggae, as much as Reggae Land is a festival, it is concert style festival, right?
Yeah.
If you look at majority of concerts and the demographic that buy their tickets for concerts, whether it's hip hop, whether it's reggae, whether it's dancehall, you're looking at a very specific, like it's a lot of Caucasian people that are paying their money to go to these places, right? And yes, okay, maybe because they're the majority here and whatever, but as it's been said, music is the healing of the nation. So if we cannot share music and make this conquer some of the divides that we have, why are we making divides for no reason? However, I always do believe that if we are benefiting from a culture, we should also feed back into that culture.
I like that.
That is, for me, a very important thing.
That is the financial part, but
I knew it was coming to that, innit?
But you had a comment.
Yeah, because I don't. I think I agree with the moralistic point you're making there, but the reality is that that's not the world.
Explain.
As in, Reggae Land is not being put on to give back to Jamaican culture in the same way. In the same way, Afro Nation is not put on to give back to the countries that do Afro beats. It's put on as an event.
Commercial.
If you choose to buy a ticket to go to that event, that is your choice. If you want to support it, or you want to see the artist, you will go. If you don't feel you want to support it because it's not the right thing in that moralistic way you want to look at it, you've got a choice not to go, but others will still go. Because the thing is, the event itself is entertainment. And I don't think, as much as I want to morally say, you know what, morally, yeah, they should give back to the community. When we're doing all our businesses, do we all give back to our communities? No, we don't. But it's a business.
But doesn't putting in the actual event on, whatever way you want to see it, actually give to the community regardless? Because at the end of the day, it gives it its exposure, and that's still very important. So as much as you kind of say to yourself, well, it doesn't give back, it did. There were people that had food stalls out there.
And I was just about to say, because these are all of the food stores that are there are independent food brands, right? And so there is a platform created which is giving a huge amount of exposure. There is, as long as you do what you're supposed to be doing, you can make money from it. So, you know, and when I say give back to the culture, it's making sure that it does support people. Do you understand? As in making sure that there are independent businesses there from the culture and all that kind of stuff. Yes, every big corporation anyway has their corporate responsibility, and a lot of them do feed back into certain things. I don't know what they feed back into. I'm not privy to that information. However, in terms of creating a platform, giving exposure, and even supporting some of the tourist trade, because remember, a lot of people will be exposed to the culture and then say, hey, I want to go to Jamaica, or I want to go to wherever, St. Lucia, or whatever. It's opening up some doors, it's building bridges, it's breaking some of these barriers that are in place that shouldn't be in place anymore.
So I think that go on.
So for my opinion on what you asked, I feel like it is for anyone that appreciates reggae, because that's what it's in its essence meant to be for.
Yeah,
it's Reggae Land for people that appreciate reggae.
Yeah,
and it's whether that's in its dancehall format, if that's in its reggae, if that's in its lovers form, whatever it is. If you appreciate the music, then
if you love it, just let's be part of that love.
It's not it's for Afro-Caribbean culture or Caribbean culture or Jamaicans or black people, or it is for anyone that likes that music. But same way, like an artist, if you're just an individual artist, it's not, because it's Chris Brown, it is only for black people because he sings black music. It's for anyone that appreciates Chris Brown. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's for anyone that appreciates reggae.
Bon Jovi didn't say, hey, my music's just for white people. I love Bon Jovi. Guns N' Roses, Oasis. How many times we hear Wonderwall in our dances, right? We are crossing over because the world is a whole crossover.
So then moving on to the political aspect. So the event is put on by the JBM Music Group, which is owned by Brian Murphy and George Meehan. So they are two men. Arguably, they've got careers in music production, music events. They are the people who are the brainchild behind Reggae Land. Now, a lot of what people are talking about, as much as we've discussed musically and we've discussed socially, everyone's focusing on this, that it's two, and let's be frank, it's two white men who have created this and made it very successful. Do we have any gripe with that?
Couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. My viewpoint with things like that is, if we don't come together and take control of what is ours, other people will do it, and then we can only blame ourselves. No. There are opportunities for people to try and put things together. If I'm right, is City Splash not run by a black man? So we can't say, no, somebody can't do it because someone is doing it. Yeah. So it is done on that scale. So my point is, someone has taken an idea to create Reggae Land and has made a success for it. So if we really have a gripe with it, let's get together, put our money together, do what we need to do and build a thing. Otherwise, go Reggae Land, have fun, enjoy yourself, have tutu jerk and have fun in it.
No one, no jerk.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't have a gripe with it. For say to an extent, but I do a little bit, because I would like to have seen it been two black people, two people of colour doing it, rather than it being another thing that two white people are doing. And that's just me personally. I don't have a gripe with it because they've done something that's been successful and we've all bought into it. I bought a ticket. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably buy a ticket for next year. They've sold out most of their tickets already for next year.
The accommodation's already gone.
Yeah, so that's appropriation. The appropriation is that what you're trying to say you don't like?
Do you know what it is?
Do you know what? I'm really like this appropriation word. I feel like it's very overused, right? Because for years and years and years, everyone goes, hey, we want acceptance, we want integration, we want all of this. And then as soon as it happens, too many people go, oh, they're wearing saris and they're cooking jerk and like they're eating jollof. Like, so what? We fought for this, right? And then, you know, to be able to play our music freely. We fought to play our music freely.
Now we're complaining that they're playing
and now we're
music.
complaining, do you know what I mean? So I don't have an issue with it. Like I said, as long as there's not a thing where it's shunning the community or excluding and also messing things up for the community. So I went to an event a few weeks back, and it was a youth music event put on by a group of people who clearly have no regard for our children, because there were all of these artists who were singing some really some terrible lyrics, which was inciting youth violence. There was 2 stabbings at the event. They did no show stop. There was an air ambulance that attended the event and no show stop. Now, for me...
Sorry, what do you mean no show stop?
They don't stop the show.
You did not stop the show. Like,
show stop show?
Show stop is if there's a serious incident that occurs, right? Yeah. So, crushings and all, and there were multiple fights. Like every half an hour, I'm watching a fight going on. And these are our children.
Yeah.
But you were okay with it because you did no due diligence of the artist that you had performing. They had a lack of security. And what they actually told the security firm was that we don't want too many security to be intimidating. I want my children to be safe. It's an over 13s event. What are you lot doing? So, you know, I understand that you're trying to put something on for the kids, but are you really understanding where these children are coming from? And are these your children?
I mean, you're saying that as well. And even when you spoke about that, it triggered me. And I know that Rain's got it on his roundup. So I do apologise if you're going to mention it. I'm not going to mention a tiny bit of it. But on that same weekend, there was a Ghana event that got locked off because it was... it wasn't before the crushing. They locked it off because they said that how it was oversold. Right. So, and I think that was a black organised
Ghana Party in the Park.
Ghana Park.
Yeah. So it was like, that one got locked off because it was over popular. They obviously everyone got mad. They started trying to come in and there was crushings. Now, is that because it was now organised by by black people? Is that an issue? I'm not saying it was or it wasn't.
I've got to clarify something. Ghana Party in the Park has been done for near enough over 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I've known them guys that they've been doing them for years. That's the first time I've ever heard any event of theirs having an issue.
Yeah. Right.
So I can't really say, is it because it was nothing to do with it was black people or anything. It was just there was a particular artist who was performing there, very, very, very popular, and that's what it was.
See, I think what you have in these places where tickets could be sold out, and you could say that tickets are sold out, and you're still going to get the people that are still going to try.
100%.
Yes.
So this is the issue that people have. And as a promoter, you're limited in terms of what you're able to control.
They locked off the event. So
but that's a safety thing. A safety thing is you have to do the show stop, right?
But why? But what was the reason? Do you know the reason?
I don't know the exact reason, but I can assume, because I deal with the licensing and all that kind of stuff, a show stop is going to be done by the health and safety team to say they're either at risk of surge. Like crowd surge is a huge thing that everyone, especially after what happened in Brixton, crowd surge is high on your radar. So if they even think that there's going to be a crowd surge, they will do a show stop.
What they said there was a major incident, and the Metropolitan Police said a fire had been starting near the gates, which meant they were closed temporarily. But that's what it was. It was a crush.
A fire started near the gates.
But there was a number of different things, but basically crushing because of the amount of people. That's what it was.
But all right. So a few points that I'm going to mention, and you guys can comment. We've seen the early years of wireless, and when that went metric. Yeah. I'm talking about people in through the front door, over the back door, tear. There was no stop this, blah, blah, blah. Is that because of the people who are organising it, and their power is different to the people who organise Ghana in the Park? So just pause that. Then the mutation. So we're talking about the black people owning Reggae Land. Now I know they're saying, "Oh yeah, go." The man went for it and did it. But there's numerous promoters that I have spoken to who have had the idea, because they've got the connections.
They'll never get through it.
And they've tried to do it, and then they've been blocked. Now, I'm not going to mention anyone's name, but some of the if you look at some of the comments on the Instagram or the YouTube, you can work out who these people are. They've actively tried to put on these events in the UK. We'll jump through whatever hoops, and then you've got these two guys. And again, credit to them, because if someone gives me a business opportunity and I know I can work with it, and it's in Russia, and I know I can take home a couple million, I'm doing that event in Russia. I don't care who's vexed. I don't business. I'll put Russian man to front it. But the point is that we have tried, and I say as black people have tried, but there is something now, whether it is that someone is a blocker, or is it the internalized racism where someone from the community is saying, no, don't let them come in because who knows? But we have to factor that in.
There's a couple things, and I'll just say one final point in it, because I know there's enough other things.
Yeah, there's enough,
but the final thing I'd say, I remember we had Rocky come on, and Rocky was talking about how artists, when they're getting booked over here, they're getting paid a higher amount of money, but then they're in a contract, which means they can only do certain things. Yeah. If I'm right, wasn't there something about when Beres Hammond came over recently, he was only tied to do certain amount of things. Yeah. So ultimately, the money's talking. If a man's giving you, I don't know, 15,000 or 50,000 or whatever it is, and your rate is, let's say, £75 as a DJ, and someone's giving you £3,000, that £3,000 booking coming, and if you're saying, you know what, you can't play here, you can't play here, you can't play here, for that £3,000 for my normal £75, that's what you're doing.
You're doing what you're doing, yeah.
You're doing the money, and that's ultimately what it's coming down to, money.
But also, just on that note, I think there is definitely here in this country this socio-economic divide that historically is being maintained, which keeps a cap on maybe allowing certain promoters to, or certain demographics to be able to put on certain levels of events. Right. So you've got events like City Splash, which are incredible, really authentic, great experience. How much fight do you get?
Yeah.
Versus a similar event in terms of like demographic or the music and all this kind of stuff that is not getting the fight.
Yeah.
Now that's not of any fault of JBM or of the people who run City Splash. That is a whole different entity that's controlling those things.
But isn't that because is that due to the different cities that they're in?
I don't think so. Milton Keynes I had a nightclub in Milton Keynes.
I remember.
A few years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember. I went there.
Bare plugs, boy.
Yes. No, I don't have it anymore. This is years ago. But I'm just saying. So in terms of their licensing, they're one of the most meticulous places for licensing restrictions. Milton Keynes, yeah, because they got the bowl, and the bowl is massive. Then they've got other big event spaces. They do have their licensing is very restricted. They are quite meticulous on what they're doing, but obviously then equally Brixton, being in the heart of Brixton, you've got all these other things that come into play as well.
You've got the
right?
police, City of London, police just down the road.
People.
Yeah, exactly.
People, not wanting things to happen. But I think there's so many layers. It's literally layers of an onion of why certain things don't happen. Right. And it's not just down to one factor.
Yeah, I think so. Final point for me, and then we'll move on to financially. I can see what's going to happen, and you lot, it's just being recorded, and you'll look back at this and say, "Rah, he was right." I've got the time stone. You seen Infinity Gauntlet?
Here we go.
So I'm Thanos. I've only got the time stone at the moment, but I'm collecting the rest of them. So they put Burna Boy on there for a reason. It's not to upset anyone. It's because they are running out. This is going to sound crazy. They're running out of dancehall artists to go on that lineup, and they're trying to traverse it. Watch what happens next year, and the years in the next 5 years. It will just be a wireless. Watch. Ooh. It will. Watch.
It can't. I don't think
it'll be sad. I'll be honest, because I feel like the joy of Reggae Land is a celebration of reggae music 100%. And everything around it. So dancehall, the food, the even they've got the carnival stage, the clothing. I saw people still in click suits. No, I'm joking. That was only Tongo.
I wish I had a click suit. Are you crazy, bro?
But
I wish I had one.
They've even got a carnival stage, right? So there's soca artists and all this kind of stuff. So there are elements that are coming in, but it's like, I don't want it to divert too far from, it's still a great celebration of the culture. It's still a great celebration of the music. And there's people coming together for celebrating that specific music.
I hear it, but again, the people who own it are business people, and there is only so much of a sustainable competitive advantage you can have with dancehall and dancehall artists. You have to diversify or augment your product, and that again, I'm predicting it for the future. So let's see what happens. Quickly, financially, Reggae Land raises a lot of money. Do we think, as it raises so much money for the Caribbean, based upon Caribbean and not just Jamaica, should there be a pot, and I don't know if there is, and maybe someone will correct me, a donation to the Hurricane Fund or things that happen in other countries? Do you think that they should do that? And is that something that we as people should be pushing out there?
100%.
100%.
No, I can't even.
Yes.
As soon as you just said that is an amazing thought to think to yourself, how much was a Reggae Land ticket? And if you turned and said to me, £10 of that from every single person was going towards a Hurricane Fund, which the Caribbean suffer from it every year, like somewhere in the Caribbean is going to suffer from somewhere. So it's like that would my heart would feel. I'd actually buy my ticket now, to be honest with you, just because you just said
and you
that.
know what it is I feel like regardless of, yes, these are businesses, but every business should, and I'm not saying they do, but where's the consciousness? You know, there should be a consciousness of it, especially when you are actually benefiting so well from a culture. You know, like it's actually a culturally, you're benefiting from a culture. So whatever it is, and I feel this strongly about this with every single event that benefits from a culture. It's not just a business where, all right, wireless is urban culture. It's not. It's not specifically for the Caribbean, for African culture. It's not Indian culture. It's just generic. But when you are actually saying, right, okay, this is what we're doing around this culture. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Because do you not want to look after the people that's looking after you ultimately? Because that culture is actually feeding you. Exactly. It is putting you in that nice Bentley or whatever else you're driving. Yeah. And I don't know if they are doing that or not. Like you said, we don't know. Someone put it in the comments if you know different.
Someone must know. And you know what it's going to be? If they're not, I bet there's going to be an announcement of it next time, because this is where people should be hyping. You know what I mean? And start there, get some donations back to the Caribbean, and then let's look to take it over. The boat's sailed, you know what I mean? Unless we can say, right, okay, Vegas, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, don't do their Mania show no more. Just do this. Then that can work as well. But Again, it needs to be a united front. I'm going to move on quickly. So we are entering into our 5th heat wave. I'm not sure when this podcast is going to drop, but this Thursday will be 38 degrees.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So it's a question. It's just a debate that's been going on the internet. So what would you prefer? And it'll be around the room. 6 months of 40-degree heat. 6 months of snow. So snow every day, which means it's going to be why did I just close his eyes? It's going to be minus something. Or 6 months of rain. So cloudy weather, no sun.
Sun.
What, 40 degrees?
Them are chatting rubbish. Listen,
Who's chatting rubbish?
one second, all of you lot are
No.
in the country that we live in.
Go back to bed, bro.
Shush you.
It's fine.
In the country we live in,
It's fine.
and the way that the England is built. Let's just be honest, because if you're going to say to me in another country with aircon in every single place that you're going in, and in my yard I got aircon and air everywhere, 100% I'm going for the sun thing because I like that. However, the fact that we ain't got aircon everywhere, the fact that you're going into your yard and most people
melting.
You're in your yard like, I can't breathe. Please, just some air. And I'm going to sit there and say, yeah, I want this for the next 6 months.
So what do you choose then?
Give me the rain. It's fine.
Rain.
Give me the rain.
Okay.
No. Give me the rain because of that. Okay. No, boy. Sorry, TT.
First and foremost, we can get air conditioning fitted.
Oh, definitely can.
Hit me up if you want.
All right.
I mean, yeah, I'm actually getting put in my house for the same reason that we are now. Well, there's a few reasons. One, every year is getting hotter, right? So we are heading in that direction. But also, on a financial front, if you get the heater and AC unit, it actually works out cheaper than putting on your heating in the winter. If you're only heating one room at a time or, that kind of stuff. Anyway, but we are in that position where we can have these things. So I will happily go with a 40 degrees heat every day because I can go to the coast if I want to go to the coast. I can find the little river. I can work in air conditioning. I do not want to be in 6 months of snow. You're absolutely mental. And then rain will end up flooding because how the UK has actually put itself into all the buildings, they haven't looked at irrigation systems. No. Nature has been our irrigation. So that has stopped us from being flooded. We have over the years it's been increasing how much we've been getting flooded in the UK. That is because they keep building on top of building and not looking at irrigation. So there are lots of things that that constant rain, I'm not on it.
No, and I hear it. Like I said, the summer side of things, I would agree with you. Now, the funniest thing is when you just said what you said, and sorry guys, you can go next. But it was like, I spoke to someone, they said to me, I think I put it in the MT chat, and someone goes, oh, we only get 2 weeks worth of sun. I said, shut up. We've been having long summers for the longest while now, so you can get aircon in your house. I was like, no, we only get 2 weeks worth of sun in England. I said, shut up. Our summers have been nice and they've been proper nice. So I said to her, it's now time for us all to start saying, boy, aircon in the yard? Yeah, maybe it's a thing. So funny enough, the beginning of this summer, I said to the missus, I said, let's get an aircon thing. I'm not on this fan thing. The fan thing's not working for me. No. Just get the aircon thing. She said, oh, what, for a week worth more of summer? I said, it's not going to be a week. Now we're in 6-7 weeks or whatever we're in now. Yeah. And you're now saying to me another heat wave. I'm like, remember when I said to you, can we just get the aircon so I can live comfortably? So I'm agreeing with you with the summer thing only if the aircon thing is there.
And also, just very quickly, my melanated skin is really appreciating the rays, right? And it makes people feel better. It makes us behave better.
Yeah.
When we're in this drab, grey weather,
it's dead.
The attitudes are rubbish.
Dead.
Tongo, your thought?
Sun. Give me sun 365 days of the year and on business. Are you crazy? Rain, blood.
I know you don't like it.
You know, we get that little idiot sleet rain that just makes you everything wet for no reason. Somehow it just gets through and it seems to make you wetter than the heavy, big blood. Rain is dead. No disrespect. Snow.
Snow wasn't even
when snow, one day after snow falls and it has black ice, country dead. Country dead. Forget that. Sun every time.
But we're not prepared for any weather.
You can just buy a portable AC unit and just have it in your yard if you need to have stuff in your yard. The fans in my yard work perfectly fine, by the way. But if you need to go as far as AC, you can buy an AC unit. put that little pipe out the window. You're good to go, blood.
Wiley.
I've got a Ninja Slushie. I'm cool.
Oh my lord.
I got a Ninja Slushie. I'm cool.
Yeah, you know
next
what?
question.
I'm going to go with that as well, because
Next
my
question.
Ninja Slushie has not moved from my kitchen
At all.
throughout the whole of these amazing summer months.
Yeah.
At all.
And my son, you know, they do the old school play out in the street, and all the kids are outside my house.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm
You're charging them.
Are you charging them?
No.
Your son should be charging them.
No,
You're calling
listen, don't play with that child. Don't play with that child.
The modern day lemonade store.
He's already spoken to me about it.
The modern day
Already
store.
spoken to me
No.
about
on
it.
that
Yeah.
one.
Here's the mutation of it. What you do, you get him a little generator, and then you go down to Carnival with that, and you sell them. And because
Listen,
he's
please do not say this, because he will
he should,
now
he should.
bug me. So my son is a businessman.
Good.
Like
Good.
it.
So in the summer of 2024, in the space of 5 weeks, he became top salesperson for Fullerton's Crisps, which is a Caribbean crisp brand.
Right.
They
Oh,
do
I
like
did have
jerk
them.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got jerk chicken crisps, oxtail crisps, pepper prawn, all that. My son, within 5 weeks, became one of their top salespeople. He was selling out products and then coming
Selling
to
it
me.
where?
Taste the Caribbean Food Festival.
Okay.
So
Oh, which is this Saturday.
yes, they've got a few. Well,
Coincidentally.
they've been going on the whole time. But
How's
so
that been working with
I was
them
in the
as well this week?
Patties. No, I'm not this time round. No, I'm in Wolverhampton this week. But so I was in the Patties and gave him a product because it's my friend's brand. So
What, Fullerton is your
Yeah.
event? Okay.
it's people that I've grown up with, right? So they've got this brand. So I gave it over to my son, and then he just went with it. But he was talking to me about margins. So we're finishing, and he's saying, "Oh, can we go look at our margins?" And then he's phoning one of the guys who runs it, Sean, and said, "I need double the jerk, double the oxtail. I need just one more of mac and cheese, one more pepper prawn. Actually, you know what? Triple up on jerk." And this is how he's talking at 8 years old.
Mad.
Excellent.
Well,
But
again,
look who his mum is, though.
get
So what do
the,
you expect?
get the Ninja Slushie at Carnival. Right, got to move on. So I don't know if you lot saw the big hoo-ha. So Nala's Baby, which is owned by Correct, has partnered with Latto. She's an American rapper. Now they did a bit of a promotional campaign,
I saw that.
and people are up in arms because what the brand was quite authentic, quite pure. And then when you add an artist like her on, I think she did a thing where she was walking out and she wasn't twerking, but you know what I mean.
It was.
Right, okay.
I didn't see it properly, but I saw all of the controversy around it, and I did see a video and went,
It's
"What
a bit
is
mad.
that?"
There's one where the puppet, which is supposed to represent Latto, is in what are they called? Daisy Dukes shorts. I learned
What's
that work. Just really tiny shorts.
Yes.
Watch
Daisy
Duke,
Dukes, yes.
Dukes of
Daisy
Hazzard.
Dukes.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard,
Exactly.
mad
Now-
thing.
Yes.
With short shots.
Yeah.
Pom-pom shots.
Yes.
Just say it.
Easy.
Hoodie princess. It's okay.
So
All right.
some people have come out and said you shouldn't have done that because you've devalued the brand. He's kind of said, in a nice way, I do what I want with my brand, and this is a way to help it traverse into the American market. What's your thoughts on it? And I'll start with TT.
It's a child's brand. Why do we have to always sexualize everything and just overdo it? I'm not putting my child's name to something and then going, "Hey, let's sell it." Like, sell its whole soul. The brand was doing well because of the soul of it, the essence of it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it is from a child, you know, it's your child's brand. It's pure, it's clean, it's a natural product, all this kind of stuff. And then you go with this whole materialistic, not natural looking people with not natural assets. Like, I don't know. How does it fit? It doesn't work for me. So I naturally would stop buying that brand.
Really? You really?
I wouldn't support a brand like that not because I'm looking at him or I'm just looking at that doesn't appeal to my life.
But what if him doing that and expanding into that American market due to her enables him to make more money, therefore make the product range even better, where there's more products that can be sold to kids. Obviously, a lot of the ingredients which are going there are 100% natural. What if that enables him to do that?
Do you know what? I think there's two sides of it, right? The business element, which is, right, I want to expand my business, and so I'm going to look at the different ways to, but looking at it as a does this fit?
Yeah. Okay.
And does it sell for me?
Can I help you?
That does not work with the child.
I can
and
help.
a children's product.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the soul of your business is still important. Like there are certain things that I mean I'd expand my business as best as I can. I'd put it anywhere. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm good for it. But am I now going to have it, for example,
You're not selling its soul?
Yeah, on a bad network like
Punchy jerk rice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. How do you? No, but I'm not gonna sell it soul. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go too far and put it in the
soul of it.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. So for that reason alone, you've got to understand that what it's been done. Don't sell it soul, because then you're making an evil product, but you're saying I'm making money from it, and you're just it's just a bit, it's off.
And then what is the message that you're giving to children?
Yeah, it's off.
So I'm gonna sell you this cream. Are you gonna then be able to twerk better?
Come on, straight away.
It's just attaching something to it for no reason that has no actual relevance. You're sexualizing a product for children.
Yeah,
and we are already fighting a fight where it comes to that.
Too much.
Tongo.
As a person that had no idea about this thing, what is Lotto's reasoning? No, what is the purpose of her being there? What does she do? Does she have a brand, as in other than her name? Does she have a product? Like, why her?
Who is she?
I know who she's a I know she's some kind of rap artist or American rapper or whoever she is, but her image and her character was already that without the Nana's baby. So why, of all the things and places and opportunities in America, why her to break out in America? I don't understand it.
Yeah, but again, you got to think of the amount of people that he may have reached out to. He may have reached out to Khalees, who does all that natural stuff. He may have reached out to Erykah Badu, who does whatever she does, and they rejected him. And then
why not reach out to a child star?
Because it's whoever kicks back and gives you something. You know what I mean?
He might have done.
Yeah, so we understand it on that business
I
side.
understand it on the business side, because it's
does
like,
where does it
make
stop?
sense?
Imagine Johnson's baby powder linked up with Sexy Red. Could you
Or
imagine?
P. Diddy.
I was about to say the same thing. You read my mind.
Exactly that.
Because I was about to say,
Exactly
but
that.
then
Exactly that.
you say it's madness, but it's that's on the business side. You're trying to advance your business, so you can say what you like. If P Diddy said that he's going to sponsor Jerkus, then I'm going to sit there and as much as I'm sitting there going, I ain't selling my soul. I'm thinking, well, hold a second. Will this get me how much thousands of pounds? Maybe I might be saying, no, P. Diddy sponsored by Jerkus. Yeah, like, come on.
And there's going to be the controversy that
We're gonna
comes
clip
with
that,
it, but there's going to be the success that comes with
P.
it, right?
Diddy sponsored by Jerkus. We're going to clip that. Just that bit.
Wiley.
Wait, hold on, can I say one more thing?
It's
Wait.
No. It's a madness. It's an absolute madness. I don't see the link.
Yeah.
There's no link to it.
There
It's
isn't.
crazy.
You shouldn't be done.
Not at all.
Final comment,
I was
Tongo.
gonna say, like, ethics and integrity are everything. So where is that in this whole thing?
But like I just said in the beginning, I actually stated I wouldn't sell my soul for it. So that's it. They've sold their soul, but that's what they've done. But on the business side of things, you've got to understand people do things. So the reasons why you're trying to say what you're saying, they do it because it makes business ethics. It makes money.
Business sense, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
And
not
if
gonna
you're
say
looking
no.
at the future of your family and your well-being and the people that you're trying to directly support, then you're looking at a different side. So there is definitely two sides of it. I've never been in that position to
Hopefully won't
say, right, this big brand or this big person's going to come and endorse me and give me leverage, even though it's not something that actually I have. But it not in exactly that massive way, but enough to say, does this fit with my morals? Does it fit with my code? And it doesn't. So I have to stay away from certain
If it ain't
things.
broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
Well, no, but yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to move on. Last one for me in regards to the range roundup. So, for me, it's a good time for R&B. I'm not an R&B person. I know you are. You being a DJ. I know but you've been in raves and the tune comes on and obviously you being a DJ. So we've had Lauryn Hill, who's been in the country. I think it was the Diaspora.
Yeah.
So she was doing that. Erykah, she turned up late. She turned up late.
always turns up late.
But yeah, I know, but it's not
If she
acceptable.
turns up.
Yeah. So
She turned up late to her signing,
event.
yeah.
It's her event.
which was well. But
This Diaspora calling is actually her event.
Yes.
Well,
it's her actual event.
Actually, from America, she brought it over there.
I saw it at a Reggae Land being promoted. But anyway, so then she turned up late. Erykah Badu was also there, I believe. Then there was the big R&B dance. I can't remember what it was called. Is it R&B? Not R&B.
Oh, Made in the 90s?
Made in the 90s, yeah. So that was a big thing happened. the Roots picnic happened, which was a massive event.
Yeah.
I didn't go, but it was big. Summer Walker was in the UK. Did her show on the same day as.
It was the day before, I think.
Same day
before
as Reggae Land. I think it's the same day.
It's Friday, Saturday, or something like that.
But the reason why I mentioned that in regards to R&B is that there's a massive Verzuz coming. The Verzuz is Donell Jones versus Joe on the 20th of August.
That's ridiculous.
What? Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Who?
No, let him finish.
I'm not.
Why is that ridiculous?
Donell Jones versus Joe.
Okay, why is it ridiculous?
Joe.
The catalogues.
Yeah, I
Joe,
don't know where he's going
bruv.
with ridiculous. So what's ridiculous about it?
Versus Joe is
catalogues.
ridiculous.
Who wins?
Joe by about 27 million years.
Okay.
Name 10 of his songs.
No.
I don't know his songs. I don't have to name his songs.
You could probably name about 3.
I don't have to name his songs. I don't have to name his songs.
But you're saying that Joe washes Donell Jones.
Yeah, that's madness.
He doesn't wash Donell Jones.
Thank you, Why?
He will beat Donell Jones, but he don't wash him. I'm a slow jam
madness.
DJ, bruv. That was what I started. No,
Yeah.
he won't wash him.
My point is,
I think
beat him,
my
but he
point
won't wash
is-
him. No.
Right, one at a time, easy. Wait. Let's everyone just take a breath. I didn't even ask the question. You guys just went.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So
Okay.
the question.
Wait for the question. Wait for the question.
The question is, who wins in a 20 versus 20 versus between the two, Donell Jones or Joe, and why? Each person has 1 minute to articulate their point. 1 minute. Who
starting
would
with?
like to go first?
Who are you starting with?
Start with Tongo, because Tongo.
Tongo, you got 1 minute. Go.
I'm just saying Joe because Joe's just a different level of legend. He's got too much catalogue.
But you can't name 10 of his tunes.
Go on,
So
let him
what?
finish. Let him finish.
I don't need to name 10 of his tunes. I don't even need to name one.
Name 2
I don't
albums.
even need to name one. I'm not into the music like you are. So I don't, but I do know what I listen to, and I do know
20 seconds.
the people's responses to things. And from
Hype man.
my experience, Joe would win that easily.
Because of what other people say.
No,
Next person.
because of what I'm saying.
All right, you're done. You're done. No. Buzzer. I'm going to let Titi, you're going to go last. I'm going to let you hear all of this rabble and then you can articulate your point. No, you're going.
You can't let me go.
Yes.
Because he's
Go.
adverse to me.
Go.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Go on, Wiley.
Right, Donell Jones will lose.
20 versus
He
20.
will lose 20 versus 20. However, Joe's not beating in the hood. Joe's not beating Yearning. He might beat Yearning. He's probably gonna beat the upbeat tunes, but slow jams, no tunes beating Good Girls. No tunes beating all the things. No tunes beating no tunes beating. I'm trying to figure the name of the song. You know, there's at least 5 songs Joe could play that no tune Donell Jones are gonna beat him. And what it's gonna come down to, 20 versus 20, those 5 are not gonna be beatable.
That's not how 20 versus 20 works.
You want me to? You can answer for me if you want, you know.
No, go on.
Okay, please. The point being, 20 versus 20, there's
20
gonna be
seconds.
20. No, that's cool.
let him write.
There's gonna be 20 songs versus 20. Yeah. The 5 songs that I've just said for Joe cannot be beaten.
Okay.
Donell Jones has not got 5 songs that I would say cannot be beaten by Joe. Simple.
Your response and then TT. 1 minute. No, you can ask a question if you want, but your time starts now.
Yeah, it's fine. So you're telling me albums, because you can go through the albums, and there's an album. What's the one with Shorty Got His Eye on, or Shorty Got His Eye on Me? That album there, I think there's every one of those songs on that album is a classic. Then you got his other songs that come out from after that. You're right. I'll hold you with your point to turn and say 5 songs you can give Joe that he wins. That is fine. I'll give you those. But then there's another 15 songs.
30
and
seconds.
if you're going to tell me 15 of Joe's songs beat the rest of Donell's tracks, then you're lying. You're lying to yourself. So this is why when you say 20 versus when you think 20 versus 20 and you've got 5 that you've saying I've won, that's fine. You've got 5. He's got another 15 to go. So who wins?
Right.
Joe, from what you just said.
Stop.
Even
No.
mathematically.
No, Tongo, man. Jesus.
Are you
TT, I'm going to give you what? I'm going to give you 1 minute 30 seconds.
I don't think I even need that long.
Go for it.
Because I can't name 20 songs of each artist.
Mad.
So I'm not even in a position to say. However, in terms of show numbers, because that's the things I do know,
Right.
when Joe performs and when Donell performs and how many people attend, Joe does have more attendance But then he's never done. I've not seen a solo show from either of them. So they're not
They're
again.
all on somebody else's
They're
things.
all in like these kind of R&B superstars or whatever. But Donell's got a catalogue of music. Joe's got a catalogue of music and hits, like you said. So I think it's just gonna come to let's wait and see.
Do you know the beauty of it?
I'll give you one comment
Joe's
each.
has some
No,
Do you know the beauty
one
of
comment
it?
each.
No,
No,
I haven't seen it. The whole.
When it
like
comes to a verses, they do things like songs you wrote as well. Joe will reach for things like, if it was over here, Ghetto Romance and other songs he's written. The thing with Joe has got more songs, because Buddy mentioned 2 albums from Donell Jones, Where I Wanna Be and his first album. His third, 4th, 5th albums have not hit numbers. Joe's first 3 albums, first album, debut album, platinum. Second album, platinum. Third album, platinum. Joe, for a period of time, was the slow jams guy. You are not beating Joe. Sorry. Not at all.
You got a response. You got a
Not at all.
response.
Yeah, you gave me 5 tracks, and I said to you, I don't even disagree with your 5 tracks. But I said to you, 5 tracks. I can give you 15 other from Donell Jones that will kill it.
But the point is,
Last
what
comment.
I was saying about mathematically, those 5 tunes, those tunes are unbeatable. Of those 15 tunes, Donell's not gonna beat 15 of them.
Yes, he will.
He will not.
Yes, he will.
He will not.
That was
No,
my
you got to let
He
him
will
know.
not.
You gotta let him
He
know.
will not. So just by mathematics alone, from what you said, Joe will win.
That doesn't make sense. But
And on that, we have to wait and see, as TT said. We're going to move on to Wiley.
Right then, so we're jumping into a debatable part now, which is the Mount Rushmores.
Okay.
You know what Mount Rushmores are, yeah?
The 4 faces.
4 faces.
Mad.
No special addeds, no adding nothing
4
extra.
only.
4 only. So we're going to start off with the Mount Rushmore of 90s, 2000s or 2010s slow jams.
Just don't narrow it down at all.
Not at all. I'm making it broad so it's easy for you.
what tunes or
That's
artists?
harder.
4 tunes.
Tunes or
4
artists?
tunes. 4 songs only.
Songs, damn.
4.
Oh man, why didn't you send me this in advance?
Because that's not. Because that's too easy.
Way too easy.
Oh man. H-Town Rain.
Brand's going to be going up a lot today, isn't it?
4 slow jams. Oh man.
You did 2 from H-Town.
Love. Who's that? Keisha Cole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't explain my answers, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
2 more, yeah.
2 more.
2 more. Nah, brain freeze.
You can say the bad breed.
You can
Say
say
Joe.
no.
We said you can say it. That's what I said to him. You can mention songs from him.
Yeah, I forget all of those, that whole catalogue.
You got the best catalogue, though, to be
Wait,
fair.
yeah.
Just got to be honest.
Crazy. Who do I think? Slow jams. Where are we? Slow jams.
Do you want me to give you time by going around the room?
Yeah.
Buddy.
Wow.
How many did you get?
One
Kelly songs
answer
like you're ready.
only. Okay.
Who was that?
R. Kelly seems like you're ready.
Yeah.
It's a tune, bro.
I know we don't mention
Wow.
that it's the name, he whose name who shall not be spoken.
Yeah, but you know,
Seems like you're ready. I'm not sure if you're ready. Why? Is it because of your age? But hey, yo.
Bombara.
Tongo.
Stone.
Tongo.
leave him alone.
Tongo.
LSG, my body, your body.
Okay. Rain.
You know, I'm not really a slow jams man, but Brian McKnight anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Gaza.
Yeah.
Gaza.
Yeah. Okay.
Cut Close Surrender.
Yep.
Okay.
One
So
more.
you got 3, one more.
I'll go with Janet Jackson, Anytime, Anyplace.
Cool.
I'm
Nice.
disappointed in all of you.
Because no one said Jodeci, all right.
Jodeci, try for you.
I was going to say that, but I thought, no, I'm going to show you something different.
Jodeci.
Do you know what?
Jodeci has to get on there.
That's probably my favourite.
Should I
song,
tell
slow
you,
jam.
my choices are based on
Things for you.
what do even young people know these days and
Oh.
still sing out to?
Mm.
Like,
Oh.
what have been more timeless? And when I'm in a rave and I'm going to slow dance, what am I going to actually sing out to and dance to?
Do you know what? I'm changing mine to My Heart Belongs
No,
to
you can't do that.
You can't change it. You can't change it.
You said you can't do that.
Yeah, you said that.
You can't do that.
Edit that.
My question, my answer.
Shouts out
I was
to
gonna say
Richie
quite a few, but I
Richie
said no.
New in the Roadshow, because we have to have that question
Yes.
for him.
Slow jam
Yes.
clash.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that's going to be one for him.
Yes.
Next.
So who went to slow jam clash last one?
I've never attended of them. I want to go to it.
Oh, you need to go.
Where's that
You
from?
need to go.
It's not my. I'm not a slow jams man.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You don't have to be a slow jams person
There's a lot of politics.
to go to the slow jams clash
Because the clash as well.
and really enjoy it.
It's a lot of politics because I understand certain people were playing.
Send me the info.
Certain people were playing tunes that was not counted as slow jams. But I'm
look
not
at the
going to
rules.
get into that.
But you know what? If you go into their rules, there is a little bit of movement on the rules, and they do announce all their rules in advance, and there's a little bit of leeway on the rules.
Okay,
But
I didn't know that.
We're going to
very
get
good.
into the politics when he comes on.
Yeah.
We got a lot of politics.
You got
to
about
get
three
to.
more.
So since you was a 90s starting DJ, I'm gonna say 90s reggae tunes.
reggae, not ragga.
Reggae, not dark. Cause we done dancing before.
90s. You
We're
know
not
what?
doing dancing.
You know, like some of the tracks, I don't know if they're from the 90s or I just knew them in the 90s because they could have come out before then.
Do you know what? I'll make it broad if you say 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Cause for slow jams, I'll do it for that as well.
What are you doing now? What year?
90s,
Reggae.
2000s,
Reggae,
2010s.
reggae,
You can
reggae,
pass, you can
reggae,
pass.
reggae.
That was the 90s. I was going where I was going. Now it just threw me.
Various One Dance.
Ooh.
Trying to think. It's hard to say Sanchez on which track. Say Sanchez.
Which one?
Let me think now. 90s. See, only Bob Marley's would have been 80s.
That's two, yeah.
Yeah.
So I said we need to die. It's just a mess.
No, you said 2000s as well.
Yeah, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I've given you 3 decades to go from.
All right, I still got one.
You know what? Because TT's struggling, what's your one?
The one.
One.
To be fair, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I'll just use the Lauryn Hill, Bob Marley, Turn the Lights Down Low.
That's not.
I don't care what you say. It's still a tune, and it's still she did it.
Yeah,
and it's still a banger, and it still gets played. So don't tell me.
No,
And it's still
fair,
reggae.
fair.
Go on, Tongo.
Okay, Tongo.
I'm still
Because I can't
struggling
think
with
of the
the
name
two.
of the track that I want to say.
Just give it to Ray.
Scarlet Silk. Lord Watch Over Our Shoulders tonight. I don't know what the actual title's called.
Say again?
I don't know what the actual title is, but Lord Watch Over Our Shoulders tonight.
Oh, right,
Must
okay.
Live our word tomorrow.
Yeah.
That song. I don't know what the title is, but that.
I'm going Garnet Silk as well, splashing. Baddest. I think Garnet Silk is one of the best for the voice. Crazy.
Bias Deeds. What was that? Is that
BCG.
80s or 90s?
That is
2000s. Just 2000s.
2000, okay.
Yeah. But that
So you still
passes.
got one more.
Reggae. Come on, there's got to be something that's. Do you know what? What is the name of the track now? It's Chronics.
Here Comes Trouble.
Could have gone with Jamaica.
No, it's
This was
not
a
Here
big
Comes
tune.
Trouble. It's which Chronics track is it?
Jamaica. That was a big tune.
Yeah,
I could have gone with that. That would have been all right.
but I know it's in my mind and I can't think.
It'll come to you. It's a chronic
Yes.
tune. Think
Yeah, it's a
about
chronic
it.
tune.
But we'll come back.
Mike Anthony, Walk Away From Love. That's my one. Now I'm going to dash the ball across to
yeah.
Rain, because I know Rain has got at least one Mount Rushmore.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm going to... Well, I got two. But I'm going to start
on.
with the Mount Rushmore of Caribbean foods.
That's not nice. But okay, no. Fish Friday, Saturday soup, Sunday dinner, Monday leftovers.
So say that again?
I said Monday left.
Say that again?
That's a lie though.
Fish Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday soup, Sunday dinner, and Monday leftovers.
To be fair, Fridays
Monday
is
leftovers
usually
don't count.
can be for fish, but it's usually
So
chunked food.
takeaway.
Monday
Yeah,
leftovers
take
don't
but
count.
Fish
Yeah,
Friday is
I
Fish
can
Friday.
work with it, yeah.
So
Monday
all right, it's
leftovers
not
don't count.
specific. Why?
Because that's Sunday's food, so it don't count.
It does.
That's
because
twice. That's 2 foods.
you do a little mashup off it.
Yeah.
You might
cut up a
remix
few
it.
some people like
little skelly
And it tastes better the next day and certain things. So
I've heard that.
no. I know it's not very specific items, but there's no way I can just limit it to 4 items.
Does anyone season their Sunday roast chicken with jerk?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yeah. The jerk season on it. Yeah.
You don't either?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
My brother makes an epic jerk gravy.
Okay.
And yeah.
So go on.
Serious times.
No, I haven't got another one because the producer's messaging me and saying that we've gone over time. What I'm going to say is, firstly, your socials again, just so where people can catch you personally if you want them to contact you personally, and then your businesses if you can remember all of them.
Lady TT _official. And if you go on that profile, you will see all of the other ones.
Right,
That's
okay.
the easiest way to do it.
Cool.
It's BAE Network on that one.
BAE Network, Mr. Roy's, Port Royal, Dope Birds, all of them is on there. United Borders,
United
It's Unique
Borders.
Families, they're all on there.
And then I've got a question. So it'll be the final question. This year sees 60 years of Notting Hill Carnival.
Yes.
And this is a question that we're going to ask to all of our guests up until that point. What does Notting Hill Carnival mean to Lady TT?
Vibes, togetherness, unity, energy, vibrance, happy, tired.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, from the work.
Yeah, I will be there at Judging Point this year.
Food.
Okay.
Yes, food,
Yeah, food's a big
music, culture, an amalgamation of everything, just niceness. Like I love. So my son was actually born on Carnival Monday.
one. Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
well, good for him.
Carnival,
Bad for
baby.
you on that one day, but
Yeah, but I said because my due date was the Friday, and I said he's not coming on the Friday. He's jumping up on Sunday or Monday.
Right.
So I knew that was going to happen. But I love Carnival.
right.
It's everything that's happy
Yeah.
for me.
yeah. All right, I do have one more question, so I lied. So in this camera, what I want you to do is look into that camera and invite 3 people that you believe should be sat in that seat having a conversation with us. You can't mention Naya and you can't mention Richie Newbin a Roadshow. So
Okay.
3 people.
Ben from City Splash.
All right, okay.
Nice.
Yes. Edward, Port Royal.
I'd love to get Edward on. I would love to
Yeah.
get him on.
I think the story is incredible of the journey of the 25 years of the business.
Would he do it though? Because you know them man, I know he's Jamaican and he's very down to earth, but okay, fine.
100% he would do it. Yeah. And who else?
Could be anyone. Let's put it out there. We tagged them. We asked them the question.
Alpo.
Alpo. Wow.
Taste the Caribbean, Pulse
Yes,
Radio.
Alpo. My virgin.
Yeah.
I spoke to him for a
Alpo.
minute. Yes, all right, cool.
Incredible human.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Cool.
Like that.
Well, look, just to say thank you for coming down. You know what it is? It's one of those ones where we've got a lot of people in the pipeline that we are bringing down, and there are some that are like legends. We had MC Det on and whatnot. I don't want to call you a legend because I think it's a bit premature, but you've done a lot for the industry, a
And the
lot for the
community.
scene, and the businesswoman, entrepreneur. So thank you for coming down. Hopefully when we start to do our recycle, which might be in a couple years time, we'll get you back down. Hopefully you'll be up. If you're not a millionaire already, you might be a millionaire then, and then we'll chop it up again. But thank you for coming down. Maximum respect, man.
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys. You know what? This has been probably one of the best podcasts I've been on.
Come on.
It has been
That.
so diverse, so well versed, and great conversation. So thank
you
you
very
guys.
much.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
And to everyone that's locked in, if the glass ain't half full,
It's empty.
Boom.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Thank you.